I just do this for
on live 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Live. Sorry,
because we're rocking.
Yep, we live.
Okay. Shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. And our mission is to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are according to the Bible, that they are the Lord's chosen people, that they are the house of Israel,
right,
and that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You understand? In today's class, we're going to hit you with the double whammy. But first, we're going to hit you with this, that New Year's is a pagan holiday and the Lord hates it. New Year's is a pagan holiday and it's all about death and destruction. You understand?
Right.
The Lord hates New Year's. According to the Bible, this is not your New Year's. You understand? What grows in the wintertime, sir, if I may ask?
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's time for everything to die. You
Right.
know, the fall, that's why it's called the fall.
Right.
Because everything falls off the vine, everything falls off the tree.
Right.
You know, wintertime is a time where everything is already dead.
Right.
Springtime is the time of life.
Right. Now, that's the beginning of the new year.
There you go.
That's the beginning. That's when the new harvest comes in.
Right.
That's when you get the new vegetables, the new fruits. The animals are being born. You got the baby goats, the baby sheep, the baby cows, baby horses. Right. It's a beautiful time. Everybody loves the spring. You know what I'm saying? Kids is out picking daisies and all that good stuff. You get what I'm saying? Your little daughters, that's what they love to do. I know my daughter did. She was a little baby. She used to love picking daisies. Here, Daddy, put this in your ear. I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
What?
You know what I'm saying? But that's when the new year starts. Let me tell you something. Nothing grows in the wintertime unless you're watching Game of Thrones and you're talking about the White Walkers. They thrive in this stuff, I guess. But that's not real life. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. You have certain people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, certain climates where they're so used to that and they run around with bare fur on and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, even in a lot of those places, there's still a springtime.
Right. And if I could, real quick, like in that town, Slovakia, in that town, they ain't even got bare fur on. They running around. You know what I'm talking about when I say this. They running around in short sleeve shirts, shorts.
Right.
Out here jogging in the pneumonia weather.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you ever notice, they don't ever catch the flu or none of that. You don't see much of slavery, like achoo! Like they don't get sick in this weather. It's only a certain group of people who can survive in this weather. And the reason is because they come from this weather. They thrive in this weather in the Caucasus Mountains. That's why they so happy to celebrate in this season. They want to put up the Christmas tree. It's to the point, it's funny. Like before Christmas and all them other pagan holidays even come, right? They putting up Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving.
Right.
They got the tree up. They got the snowman, all that bull crap. They got all that going hard. There's only one group of people that do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the oppressor the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You understand? The oppressor does that. Like to them, this is their new year because they thrive in death and destruction and mayhem and murder. That's where they thrive at. They feast and survive off of blood and bone. No other nation can do that. That's the only nation that can do it that I can think of.
Yeah, to that degree, yeah.
Right. They feed off of that. That's what they survive off of, man. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, understand this: the Lord hates you celebrating the New Year's. He hates it. If I could, Soldier, you ready to rock? Let's get Amos 5:21. You understand? Like the Lord hates anything that is not of Him, that is not of our high holy day. You understand? You need to get away from these pagan holidays. Right? Like, period. If you want to celebrate the New Year's, you know what you do? You celebrate the Feast of First Fruit.
Right.
That's what you do. You celebrate the high holy days, not the goddamn holidays. It's the reason why they call it the holidays.
Big Bibles.
I think you might have the biggest one that we got right now.
No, it's not the one. We have like 4 or 5 Bibles here.
How about this one? Here you go, soldier.
This is it. Yeah.
Yep. Amos 5:21. Like you celebrate the New Year's, you celebrate the Feast of First Fruit when everything is alive and thriving
Right.
and plentiful. How you gonna celebrate the beginning of life when everything is dying?
Right.
You understand? Nobody goes to a cemetery and celebrates a child being born. That's not how that works. Even when you go to the cemetery, what do? You take roses that's gonna die in a matter of days. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, why are you celebrating the New Year's when you know that this is when everything is dead? You celebrating what in the middle of winter? That just goes to show you Christianity has such a stronghold on the rest of the world. Like you celebrating Christmas, it's supposed to be, all right, real quick, not to get too far off New Year's, but let's start with Christmas. Now, let's say this was Christ's birthday. Let's just say it was. What the hell did you get Christ?
Right.
If it's somebody else's birthday, ain't you supposed to get them something?
Right.
When did you get Christ? This Christmas is supposed to be Christ's birthday, and you worried about yourself.
Right.
If that's not Christian, I don't know what is. That's how you can tell that's a Christian holiday.
Right.
You're supposed to be doing something for somebody else, but you worried about you.
Right.
You. Go ahead, sir.
We're worried about, the child's Christmas, and he's not Jesus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They worried about everything else. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking about what should they give Christ?
Right.
What should I do for Christ?
Right.
And here's the thing: if they do decide they're going to do something for Christ, what would they do? They would do it for a church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if they do it for the church, then they're doing it for Christ.
Right. Even though the church is the most wicked place on the face of this planet, the church is the house of Satan. That's why right now a lot of people are at church doing what? Getting ready to bring in the new year. Getting ready to bring the new year. Just like when you go to church, you celebrate Thanksgiving at church, Christmas at church, New Year's at church. That's what you do. You got that scripture, soldier?
Gun.
Let's rock it out.
Amos 5:21.
Go ahead.
I despise your feast days.
Read that from the top. Take that even slower than you already did.
I hate.
He do what?
I hate.
It's okay.
Hate.
Celebrate.
Hate.
Do it for the children.
Hate.
I don't really celebrate like that.
Hate.
Listen, let me tell you something. The Most High hates your feast days. Let me tell you something, Christian. Hate is all through this Bible. Whether you like it or not, know it or not, understand it or not.
Right.
Hate is all through this Bible. The Most High and Christ do hate. I know you've been taught in the Christian church, no matter what you do, he's going to love you anyway. That's not the case at all. Read that again from the top, if you would, soldier.
I hate.
Keep going.
I despise your feast days.
Let me tell you something about this. Whether you know it or not, like it or not, understand it or not,
Right.
this is a feast day. Anytime that you make preparations to celebrate something, that's a goddamn feast day.
Right.
There's no other way around it. Just like a birthday. Just like any other thing that you worship. Because that's what you're doing right now. You're worshiping the beginning of the new year. you talking about, I seen a meme on Facebook. I had Homer Simpson. It's like, duh, I can't wait for 2020 to cut you up. It was so hilarious. Because that's what you do. You're making preparations to be evil and wicked towards your own brothers and your own sisters. That's what you're doing. You know who you ain't trying to cut off during 2020? You ain't trying to cut off the oppressor.
Right.
You still gonna love him to death through the whole 2020, since the beginning to now. Go ahead, soldier. Something you want to
They
bring
got
up?
this one memory that say, how am I gonna shit on people, brothers this year? How am I gonna shit on brothers? How am I gonna shit on them for 2020?
Right.
They ain't shitting on the white man.
Right.
Right.
Listen.
Straight up.
Listen, the whole 2020 preparation is about how you're gonna get over on blacks, Hispanics, and
That's
Asians.
right.
Right.
That's the whole 2020 preparation is.
Oh.
You never once in your preparation for 2020 said, I'm gonna open up my own business and put these oppressors out of business.
Right.
I'm gonna open up the same business that the oppressor got and shut him down. That was never That was never your intentions. You know what you say? I'm gonna get money. You're gonna get money by keep serving America. Let me tell you something. You ain't getting no money. Listen, let me tell you something. I hate to kill your dreams and everything that you're saying.
Kill it.
The same stuff that you've been saying, the same stuff that you're saying in 2020, you were saying it in 2010.
That's right.
2011.
That's right.
2012.
Yeah.
2013.
Right.
2014. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've been saying this since you've been celebrating the goddamn New Year's. Go ahead, sir.
Some 1999.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've seen it every year since 1999.
Right. You've been cutting off that same nigga for 8 years now. You get what I'm saying? Come on, get over yourself. And you know why you're going through all this crap that you're going
If I
through.
will slot you, boy. When you are no better than the dude that you plan on cutting off in the
Right. Wrap that up.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't no goddamn better. And the Lord knows that. The Lord sees that. You get what I'm saying? But you're the only person who don't understand that. You're the only person. That's why you think you're doing something special. You want me to tell you if you want to do something special, you know what you need to do? You need to join yourself to your brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General YAHANNA.
That's right.
That's how you do anything special. Let me tell you something. In order to be special, you have to do something special. You get what I'm saying? In order to be special, you have to put forth that effort. You have to. You just can't say it and hope that it happens. We've been hoping since what, 1964?
Yeah,
Before that, but I'm talking about when Martin Luther King came into play.
Yeah, he came somewhere around that same
About the 60s, since the 60s. We've been hoping for something. You've been hoping since 1960. You've been celebrating New Year since 1960. You've been wanting all these things since 1960 and nothing has happened.
Right.
You know why? Because the Lord despises. He hates everything that you represent. Because let me tell you something. I hate to ruin your New Year's, and by hate to ruin your New Year's, I mean that I'm absolutely, I'm loving it. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy this. I enjoy crapping on you Christians.
Yeah, right.
I don't enjoy destroying my brothers, but would you represent that evilness and that wickedness that you represent? I do enjoy destroying that. All my brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. do. Because somebody has to do it. We're not here to hold your hand and love and kiss and hug on you. This is shock treatment. Flat out. Just like that. Straight up and down. Understand? This is a straight punch in the face. It has to be. Because if you keep listening to your Christian pastors, like right now, most of these Christians are in a Christian church, bringing in the New Year. They're bringing in the New Year in a Christian church. They ain't celebrating. They can't wait for the countdown. Everybody's going to tune in to New York. Once the ball drop. Happy New Year's! And then do everything the same way that they said they weren't going to do. The women is going to be whores again. You get what I'm saying? The man is going to be feminine again. Right. Everything that you made a promise not to do, you're going to do the exact same thing. And then you're going to wonder why all these evil and wicked things are happening. Let's read that one more time from the top.
I hate, I despise your feast days.
New Year's is a feast day. It's a pagan holiday. This isn't the real goddamn New Year's.
Right.
This is some pagan bullcrap that everybody wants to worship and be a part of and feel like they have to do it in order to be to feel special about themselves. But really, this is filth. This is beneath the house of Israel. You understand?
Right.
This is not a feast day. This is a pagan holiday. This ain't no better than Christmas. This ain't no better. You know how many people shun their nose at Thanksgiving?
Right.
But celebrating today?
Right.
I can't celebrate Thanksgiving. That's the murder of the Indians. But I will bring in the New Year's. What's the difference?
Right.
It's still celebrating the murders of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
How many Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians die on tonight?
Right.
How many? How many? You know how many Black, Hispanic people say, I ain't taking no crap in 2020. Anybody mess with me, I'm gonna come. Oh, wave their gun around. Oh, I wish a nigga would. How about this? How about I wish the devil would? You understand?
Right.
How about that? No, don't mistake what I'm saying. I'm not promoting violence by any means of the imagination, by any stretch. I'm just saying this holiday is about the hatred for blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. That's why, when, like the soldier brought out, it's only about doing something to prove wrong. You got to prove a point to every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that you know.
Right.
And that brother that owes you $20 that you can't stand, you got to prove a point to him. I'm getting money, and you're gonna prove that point by selling drugs to more blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and destroying their goddamn lives. How wicked are you? How wicked are you? Shame on you, black man,
Right.
Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Shame on you.
Right.
Shame on you, man. You gotta understand something, man. This is some of the most wicked things that you could possibly celebrate, man. These pagan holidays, man. This is some of the most wicked things that you can celebrate, man. Let me get that scripture one more time and we're going to move on from that.
I despise your feast days.
The Lord hates. The Lord despises your feast days. You want to know why so many black, Hispanics, and Native Indians die on a day like this? Read it again, soldier.
I despise your feast days.
Because the Lord hates and despises these days. That's why you see so many people dying.
Right.
That's why. Like Kappa brought it out earlier. All on Facebook, all on social media. That's all you've been seeing is police everywhere, paramedics everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fire trucks everywhere. Because people are dying already. Because you know why? You got the spirit of the oppressor on you. You have that spirit of the oppressor. What is going to change about your life from 2020? Unless you and the I.S.U.P.K. and the Commanded GEN.YAHANNA, and a goddamn thing gonna change about your life. If you were smoking weed in 2019, guess what you're gonna be doing in 2020? Smoking weed. If you was a whore in 2019, guess what you're gonna be in 2020? A whore. If you was a homosexual in 2019, guess what you're gonna be in 2020? A homosexual. Nothing is gonna change about your life because you have done nothing to change it. Just like you celebrated the last 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, celebrated every New Year's, you're doing it again. You starting off doing the same crap.
Right.
You think about that? You starting off doing the same crap. You started off every year by celebrating the beginning of the so-called New Year. And then you're doing it at a season when everything is dead. And then you wonder why your whole year is dead. You put a bad omen on yourself. You put a bad spirit on yourself. You put the spirit of death on you by celebrating in the season of death. I mean, come on now. You don't get it. You so spiritual when it comes to everything else.
Right.
You got something you want to bring up?
Yeah, that's true though. So spiritual when it comes to everything else.
Right.
So spiritual when it comes to telling black people, no, see, God just love everybody.
Right. You super
Everything is about everybody.
Right.
He said everything is better.
That's what they say, everything about everybody. God ain't choose no special people.
Right.
But
we're all special to God.
Right. But these be the same people that if they got a little money, you know what I'm saying, they'll try and take their behind over to Israel.
Right.
With the Jewish man.
Right.
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 They'll try and do that. Nah, come on now. If God love everybody, why ain't you stand here then?
Right. You can listen. Do what the Care Bears do. Shoot that love out your chest.
Right. Exactly.
Why did you can't make it happen? Go ahead, sir.
Why is it wrong to go to visit Israel?
What, you want to bring that up?
If you want to bring someone, I'll take it.
Go ahead, take it, sir.
Okay. Let me tell you why. For your reasonings. Your reasonings of the reason of why you're going to Israel.
Right.
You're going there because a Jewish man is there.
Right.
Could you imagine, you take the Jewish man away from there, nobody would want to go there. Just like you don't want to go to the ghetto.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I could, in Deuteronomy, the Lord says that he's going to take us away from there and he's going to pick the time to bring us back.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Did the Lord pick the time yet? You want me to tell you how he hasn't picked the time? Because I'm not beating no oppressors' backs.
Right.
That's how you know it ain't time to go back to Israel.
Damn right.
You understand? And that's when you know it's time. when you see them scribes crack open and you see a black man named Yahushua come down, that's how you know it's time to go back to your land. You want to push. Oh, go ahead, sir.
Oh, no, go ahead. You can finish what you're saying.
You're trying to make stuff happen before it's time to happen. It is wrong to go there. The Lord took us out of there for a reason. You understand? Because He's going to wipe out everybody there. He's got to cleanse that land.
Somebody said, what scripture is that?
No sweat.
Okay.
I know one.
Give me the one, the bastards that dwell at Ashdod.
The bastards that dwell at Ashdod.
Yeah, that's a good one too. You know,
I was about to go to Deuteronomy.
Hell, I mean, there's a few of them.
Right. Bear with me here. Let me, you said the bastards that dwell at Ashdod?
Yeah, a bastard should dwell at Ashdod.
Then there's another one where it said, when the heathens shall be trampling down Jerusalem, something like that.
Right.
Time and half time.
Time, and a divided time.
Yeah.
It's got to become.
Zechariah 9:6.
Yeah, I mean, hell, it's one of them to pick one situation.
All right, I'm going to go to Zechariah 9:6. Matter of fact, soldier, you get that for me. Zechariah 9:6. You said the bastards at Ashdod?
That is
A
the
bastard
Ashdod.
should dwell at Ashdod.
Zechariah 9:6. That's that one.
Okay.
Zechariah 9:6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines, and I will take away his blood out of his mouth, and his abomination from between his teeth.
You might want to start at verse 5. Verse 5 is kind of talking about what you want. Start at verse 5.
Zechariah 9:5.
Might be it.
Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall see it and be very sorrowful. And Ekron, for her expectation, shall be ashamed.
This is the heathen being in our land.
Right.
That's what this is. The heathen being inside our land. Our land now is compiled of what? It's compiled of heathens.
Right.
Heathens is running everything over there. Now, think about it for a second. They got strip clubs and gay bars and drugs and all of that over there. Why should we, as the people of the Lord, want to go from here that has the same stuff to there?
Right.
Why? Let me tell you why. Because we want Jewish support. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it unlawful to go to Israel? No, it's not unlawful. But the Bible also say all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. You see what I'm saying? Would it be expedient for us to do that now?
Right.
It really wouldn't. What are they doing to people in Dimona? Does anybody know?
Nothing, what?
The people in Dimona, Israel. What are they doing to them? Let me tell you. The Israeli police are blowing the men away. You see what I'm saying? Just like here in America, they're killing them. We don't have nothing over there to where we're respected on a global scale. And just like what the captain was bringing out, you know, the Jerusalem should be trampled underfoot until the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled.
Right.
All the time of the Gentiles fulfilled yet. Right. Why should we go there? Why? We shouldn't.
Somebody said Captain Zariak went.
Well, here's the thing. Captain Zariak did not want to go and then brush elbows with the Jewish people.
Right.
He didn't want to do that.
That's
not what he went for.
So I get good. He didn't go try to pull a Marcus Garvey.
Right. He didn't do none of that. He went with his own agenda that would actually benefit the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. He did not go over there with the thoughts of, you know, chilling with Jewish people because he believed they were the people of God. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He actually went to go do some research. He had a rib down there
Yeah.
also. He went to go do some research for his lectures and things like that, so he could see firsthand when he's speaking on the city of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right, right, because that's where Sodom and Gomorrah is at. It's on that side of the world.
Right.
He had a direct, you know what I'm saying? He was pinpoint accuracy when he went over there.
So if I could,
What?
why didn't he open up a scooter?
Well, why didn't who?
Sorry, why didn't he say, I'm gonna stay here and build a scoop? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because there's no blacks.
Right. Listen.
Yeah, the blacks is there is on vacation.
Right.
They come from here, you know what I'm saying, or
Right.
Europe and all of that, those places, and they're going to go right back. So why set up a school there? Right? Why set up a school where everybody's going to go back? You know what I'm saying? And you just sitting there with a school and everybody's gone once the little tourist thing is over with. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound smart.
Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 24.
28 and 24.
Yep, Deuteronomy 28 and 24.
Deuteronomy 28 and 24.
Go ahead.
The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust.
Let me tell you something. What is Jerusalem now?
Alright.
What is Jerusalem now? Now, just think about it in the biblical days when they talked about Jerusalem and how it was a glorious thing. The Garden of Eden is such a beautiful place.
Right.
And think about what it is now.
Powder and dust, sand, desert.
Powder and dust.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Their whole source of economic value down there is connery, con artistry. You get what I'm saying? You go down there and their whole purpose is to con you into spending money.
Right.
Because there's nothing of revenue down there. There's nothing down there.
Right.
It's powder and dust.
If I could,
Yes,
maybe
sir.
go into just a random piece of water and say, this is the lake where Jesus was baptized.
Right.
Yeah, stuff
Right.
like
It's
that.
the Garden of Gethsemane. It's just a regular ass place.
Right, exactly. They want you to get, you go down there like a little lusty little slave and go. You know what I'm saying? And try to get some little water from there.
Not knowing that that's the
You know what I'm saying? You done come from America, your
right.
job, you done save your money, and you done took your behind over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is the garden of such and such a. This is the Jordan River, and the Jordan River is known for being filthy. You know what I'm saying? In these modern times,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Even one of the rivers was filthy back then in the Bible, because
Right.
Naaman, prophet told Naaman to dip himself in the water, and he didn't want to do it.
Right. Damn. So it's filthy back then. What is it now?
Right.
If it still even exists now.
That place is powder and dust.
Right.
And you gotta understand, the Lord made it that way for a reason. If his people ain't there, why is he gonna make it a luscious, beautiful Eden again? Why would he do that? Let me ask you something. Would you put something to make something great for your kids not to enjoy it? Would you? Somebody come, you build up this great place. You got a house, and you make this house 20 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? 5 full bathrooms, 3 half baths, backyard, swimming pool inside and out, basketball court, tennis court, whatever it is you like to do. Race car track, you know what I'm saying? Many race cars back there. And then you're trying to tell me that you're just gonna let somebody else come and enjoy it? You're not gonna send that down to your bloodline, to your seed? The same thing with Jerusalem.
Right.
You understand? It's not that way now because the Lord made it not that way.
It's 2 more questions too.
Whatever you want to get in, sir. Hey, soldier, for the strong guy. Oh, okay. What's on the
It's 2 more questions too. That's right.
Whatever.
Y'all want it?
Yeah, kind of. Let's rock it out. That's what this is, man. I wish I'd have said start. So let's get the questions in. Salakia.
Somebody, Yesai Judah asked, will we be a nation again before we go back? Meaning knowing our culture.
Listen. We're a nation now.
We know
Everybody in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA, this is where the nation starts.
Right.
You understand? We a nation now. That's why you tuned in the class now. You understand? We a nation now. Don't ever think that we ain't a nation. Don't ever think that. That's what the oppressor wants. He wants you to wonder if we're ever going to be the same. We are the same now. What we got to do is we got to convince her, and I'm going to use Gentiles in this term, meaning Israelites who's not in the truth. The same way it was used back then. We got to teach the Gentiles what it is to be a nation.
Right.
And by Gentiles, I mainly mean Christians and Buddhists and Baptists and all them. You understand? Because they don't want to accept it. Right now, we got Christian pastors right now as we speak, teaching classes against what we're speaking. Right now, they're telling you it's okay to celebrate the Pagan holiday, the New Year's, the so-called New Year's, even though everything is done. We are going to be that. We are already a nation. So yes, Con.
Here's the thing. Shout out to Commander GEN.YAHANNA because we're making
Damn
this job more difficult.
Damn right.
We're making it way more difficult than what it was at first.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? So now they got to keep on, you know what I'm saying, thinking, and they got to keep doing, you know, things that they don't like to do.
Right.
Because Christians don't like to think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It hurts. It's like, you know, thinking hurts a Christian.
Right.
And we're making them do that. That's a good thing right there.
Damn right.
Another clap up moment.
Damn right. Damn
And we're going to continue because we're going to grow stronger in that area.
Damn right.
And they're going to have to think harder.
Right.
And harder and harder.
And it's funny, if I could, like they've had whole sermons and meetings on this. Like they've gathered all the big Christian leaders from around the world to meet in and figure out, and here's what they call it. They call it the Hebrew Israelite movement. But that's because they're so, listen, they're so wicked that they refuse to call it what it truly is.
Right.
The I.S.U.P.K movement.
Right.
You hear what I'm saying? They don't want to give Commander GEN.YAHANNA no credit whatsoever. But the second some wickedness happened, who do they run to?
Right.
Who the hell do they run to? The second some stupid person who ain't been in the truth and don't know the truth and don't understand what it is to live this, the second he do something, who do they run to? They run to Commander GEN.YAHANNA. The second that so-called a black supremacist does a so-called hate crime, quote unquote, that's where you see the quotations. Who did they run to? Why didn't they run to any of these other groups, sir?
Right.
There's been an FBI, what I call that, a portfolio on the Israelites, so-called. And you know who's at the top of that list? The I.S.U.P.K of the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. And you know what they call all these other so-called Hebrew Israelite groups? They call them one Westerners. They know, like we know, what we've been saying, that these other groups ain't nothing but breakoff groups.
Right.
They call y'all one Westerners.
Right.
They say these are just breakoff groups. But the main people, the main source is the I.S.U.P.K of the Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
Right.
This is the FBI on words.
And if I could,
Go ahead,
we're the only ones still flying the banner of One West.
Damn right. Damn
you know they talk about, they really just don't want to say I.S.U.P.K followers or breakoffs or something. So they just came up with that little slick name.
Right. Damn right. That's why whenever something like that happens, they run straight to Commander GEN.YAHANA.
Because they call, and if I could, because they call them One Westerners. What's One West?
Right.
One West is the original Israelite school.
Damn right.
Practical knowledge.
Damn right.
Our address of our first school.
Right.
And then, the sneakiness of them, because by them also calling us One Westerners, right? What they're insinuating is that just like the West, the Wild West.
Right.
What do people do in the Wild West? They shooting up everything.
They gun down. They run and gun.
Yeah. So they trying to paint us with that brush. That's what they're trying to do too.
And you know what the funny part is? Once more, anytime something wicked happened, they show plaster the One West. They plaster somebody from the I.S.U.P.K on the front page of the news. Even though we was far away from that, even though we let them know that we are a non-violent organization. We are non-violent. But don't confuse non-violent with anything else other than that. We are non-violent, but that doesn't mean that we're going to let you throw bricks at us.
No, we will defend ourselves.
We will defend ourselves. And we will defend ourselves to your death, not just ours. So, like, yeah,
Another question on it too.
Go ahead. We're ready for another question.
Ready? Somebody says, Salakia, could I get a break? Could I use 2nd Ezra 4:41 as regeneration?
Let me get 2nd Ezra 4:41.
That boy Polo. He asked that question.
So he says 2nd Ezra or Ezra 2?
2nd Ezra 4, chapter 4, verse 41.
2nd Ezra 4 and 41.
Right.
All right, I'll go ahead and read this, sir. You break it down. 2nd Ezra 4 and 40 and 41. Then said I know, then said I, no, Lord, that can she not. And he said unto me, in the grave, the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman.
Okay. If the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman, right?
Right.
It's also scriptures when they talk about the dead rising again. You know what I'm saying? That's also scripture also. But go ahead.
He said, can you use this as regeneration?
Well, pretty much can. Yeah, you can.
Right.
Because what does a womb of a woman do?
She gives birth.
There you go.
She gives life.
Yeah.
Should I say?
And then there's a scripture, a precept. I want to pull a precept when they talk about the dead shall rise out of the graves. I want that precept. We certainly need a big lighter in here. That thing, you know what I'm saying? The wheels and those type of things, they can, just stop. And they got all the fluid left in them and they're done.
That's what happens when you come into the truth. You be like, what the hell I need a lighter for?
Right. I've been in for a little minute, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I understand the value of having a good solid lighter when you try to light up incense. That's how we do it in that. You know what I'm saying? The nap count thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
There's a couple of scriptures on it.
I was going to 1 Thessalonians 4:16 is where I was going. I don't know if this is what I should try to say before. But I'm going to pull it. Let's see what it says.
I got 1 Corinthians 15 and 16 also.
Soldier, pull that. 1 Corinthians 14 and 16?
15 and 16.
15 and 16.
Shalakia. 15 and 16?
Yep.
1 Corinthians 15 and 16. For if the dead rise not, then is not Christ risen?
Raised.
Let me read it again. For if the dead rise not, then is not Christ rise? And if Christ...
Hold on. So lucky. Start that from the beginning. Take that again.
For if the dead rise not, then is not Christ raised?
Now, let me tell you something. Now, that right there is a heavy goddamn scripture right there. For if Christ is raised not, then it's the dead not raised. Let me...
If I will,
Go ahead.
there's another scripture, I think it's in Acts, when they talk about the men that were raised out of the grave and they were seen in the cities.
Right.
Remember that one?
Okay.
I want that scripture. And hold the one that the dude asked about. I want that. I want those two scriptures.
So, like, what
That's
scripture
gonna
did you
kill
pull again? That was
That was 1 Corinthians 15 and 16.
first the one that the soldier asked, the one that the online person asked about.
No, he asked 2nd Ezra 4:41.
All right, anyway,
That regeneration.
2nd Ezra is what?
4 and 41.
4 and 41. And you want the scripture in Acts?
Right. The scripture when it talks about, and they seen them in the cities, you know, the men that were, you know, prophets and everything, they saw them in the cities.
Would you pull that, soldier?
God.
You got it?
God. Acts.
God.
Acts and what?
Well, we gotta get a piece. We gotta get a piece of the scripture.
Did I get?
He
Hold
about
on,
to pull it for you.
God.
While he's pulling that, I'm
God.
gonna pull 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16. And 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16. And the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout and with the voice of archangel and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, with that being said, that's a heavy breakdown too. Now, the dead in Christ shall rise first. You know what that means? That means everybody that passed serving the Most High. You understand? Everybody. So, and this is one thing else. Like, it's a scripture that says all of Israel shall be saved. You get what I'm saying? That's also can be used as a regeneration scripture. You get what I'm saying? Because you can't be saved if you're dead, can you?
Right.
But you can be saved if you're reborn.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And the Lord ain't trying to the Lord is the ultimate soldier. The Lord, the Most High Christ are the ultimate soldiers. They're not leaving a man behind. They're not leaving a man behind. Let me tell you something. Even somebody as wicked and filthy as T.D. Jakes, even somebody as wealthy and wicked as Creflo Dollar and these goddamn rappers, them brothers is going to be saved too. Them brothers is going to be reborn and keep being reborn until they get it right. It's that simple. You're going to get it right. You don't have a choice but to get it right. When a black man is in rulership, you ain't going to have a choice but to get it right. You understand? Just like when you went to slavery. Just like when you went to slavery. Who's always making sure everything is right? That's what that's what pisses me off sometimes. That pisses me off sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Because black people at the slavery, they got so much TLC for everything that's going on. They want to make sure everything is right.
Matthew 27 and 53.
Matthew 27.
And if I could, that one scripture from earlier, he was reading it a little off because it don't have a exclamation point at the end. It says, "For if the dead rise not, then is not Christ raised." That's how you're supposed to say that scripture. Basically saying, if you ain't gonna die, if you ain't gonna rise again after you're dead, after you die, then Christ didn't wasn't raised then.
Right.
And we know Christ was raised, so that means the dead do rise.
Right.
Damn.
Exactly.
Oh,
and then also
God.
there's another scripture which said, "With my dead body, many shall be raised." I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
That's another one.
Right.
Yeah, go to that one, Warrior. I need to slap my phone on the charger. Matthew 27 and 53.
And also,
Hey, yeah, we got many. You know what I'm saying?
And
We got many on this.
And there's another comment on there
You should
too.
prophesy on to the I'm paraphrasing. You should prophesy
on your phone
to the bones.
Right, that too. That's another one.
That's talking about the reincarnation as well.
Yeah, we want something a little more dead on.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Because they'll say, well, you know, let's just talk about, you know, us as a nation and so on and so forth.
But
spiritually dead.
Yeah. You know,
but what's more, a lot of our precepts serve double meanings.
Right.
That's why this is a black man's book.
But we want to be more direct with it when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? When they saw, you know, the prophets, it was dead prophets that rose.
Right.
And they were seeing the dead prophets in the cities. And they knew who they were.
That's why I can't charge it like that.
What happened?
They ain't charged.
Okay.
Did somebody have a comment too?
Go ahead, sir.
Yesai Judah said, some white pastors are telling the blacks in their church they are the Israelites now. I just watched something where a white pastor told the people in the church, why now?
Well,
Go ahead, sir.
You want to say something?
No, you go ahead. I'll come in after you.
They're trying to trick it up, though. They're not trying to really tell you that you're the Israelites. They're trying to say, once you start to believe, you start looking at them and all of that, like, oh, then they'll say, no, you can be a convert. You know what I'm saying? Into the Jewish faith. That's what they're doing.
Right.
So now that puts you in the same boat that you was in before.
Right. And if I could, like you said, you answered your own question. Why now?
Right.
Why now? I'll tell you why now. The I.S.U.P.K. is that simple of an answer. You get what I'm saying? This
Right.
Christian pastor figures by telling you that you're Israelite, he can keep you in his congregation and you'll still be giving him all your goddamn money like a fool.
Right.
Because at the same time he's telling you an Israelite, he's still preaching that God loves everybody.
Right.
He's still preaching that you're his brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not telling you the rest of the scriptures. And because if you know that you're an Israelite, you know that you are God's chosen people and that you're supposed to separate from everybody else. So why ain't he preaching that scripture?
Right.
Why ain't he telling you, look, all you black people in my church are Israelites. And y'all need to get the hell out of my church because the Lord doesn't want y'all here. He wants y'all to be separate unto yourselves.
Right.
You can't be hanging around with a what's that that song, you know, the Christian song that they sing, Amazing Grace,
Right.
where they say a ratchet. You can't be around a ratchet like me.
They're gonna flip it
Right.
to where they're gonna flip it around to where they're gonna make it like you're not the real Israelite.
He's gonna make himself a Gentile. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm a Gentile, so I'm also an Israelite because I believe I don't need.
But he's gonna flip it and say you're the Israel, you're the Gentile.
Right.
And the Jewish man, let a Jewish man come into the same congregation. Right.
Right.
I wish he would.
So they're gonna sit there and tell you, with these Jewish people coming into the congregation, they're gonna sit there and tell you that you're actually the people of the Lord.
Right.
No, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna say they're the people of the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you, if you serve them good enough, you can get a little piece of their mercy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna flip. They're gonna flip it. They're gonna spin it on you.
Smithy B had a comment. He said, "I'm late on the discussion. Please repeat briefly, please. Repeat, sorry."
Okay. The question was, he asked. Okay. What was the question again, boy?
The question was, the Christian pastor is starting to tell blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they're the Israelites, and why now?
Okay.
Did you fix that stuff?
Why now is because they're understanding what the I.S.U.P.K. is doing.
Right.
That's why now we're making too strong of a move to where they're like, you know, well, we got to do something about it.
Right. And if I could.
Because they're actually right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how are we going to counter this?
Right.
That's what they're doing.
And if I
You know what?
Also, like, the truth is coming back into the earth because the Lord has allowed it to come. Like, that's a scripture where he says he's going to take the truth from the earth for a while, and then he's going to bring it back. Now is the time that he brought it back. And the Lord, it doesn't matter whether you his people or not. He's going to use who the hell he wants to use to spread his message. You understand? He's going to use heathen and Israelite alike to spread the message to wake up his people because that's the power of the Most High.
But you always got to look when the heathen's trying to spread it.
Right.
You already know he's got his venom inside.
Right. Damn right. Damn
So
right.
if he's sitting there talking about, you know, you blacks are the Israelites, what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, join us and be our slave.
If I could, let me.
That's what he's saying too. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that same thing. Join us and be our slave. And them other Israelites, y'all don't need to deal with them. Them I.S.U.P.K, y'all don't need to deal with them. We know that y'all are Israelites. So what he's trying to pretty much say is what they're doing, you know, is void. They're just being racist now. And we can be grafted in with you. They're getting to that point now. And then how are blacks that are not in the I.S.U.P.K going to perceive that message? Them I.S.U.P.K niggas is wrong.
And if I could, sir.
Even though they the physical Jew, not all Israel. Just start doing that.
Right. And if I could, to show you exactly what that white pastor is doing, what that oppressor is doing, Psalms 55:21. The words were smoother than butter,
There you go.
but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were the dawn Yet they drawn swords.
Right. Though his words were softer than oil, they were drawn swords. They were
Right.
words meant for war.
Right.
That's why they say blacks and Hispanics are the Israelites.
Right.
That's softer than oil.
Right.
But the drawn swords is don't deal with those kind.
Right.
Those
Right.
kind are the enemy.
Right. If they don't love everybody,
yeah,
it's a
they're
problem.
the enemy. If they don't want the Gentiles to be grafted in, then they're the enemy.
Right. That's how they try to stop the argument. Like, oh
Right.
yeah, you are an Israelite. But
Right.
like you
Right.
know, like you
But
said,
God, but Christ died for everybody, though.
Right. That's what they try to do. So they like, not all Israel are Israel.
Right.
Then they'll go there. Not all Israel is Israel.
Right.
first
So
unto
now-
the Jew, then the Gentile.
Right.
Yeah. First unto the Jew, then the Gentile.
Then
So
after
we're
that,
all brothers.
then after that, they're going all the way. There's no Jew nor Greek in Christ.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
No male nor female.
Right.
So you could be a pastor under us, woman.
Right.
Black woman, you could be a pastor under us.
Right. Just continue to love me.
Right.
Because that's what it's all. What it all boils down to. When it all boils down to it, that's what the oppressor's main focus is. The reason he tells you this is so, once more, is it's a war strategy. He wants you to love him unconditional. He wants to make it seem like the first time that you heard you was an Israelite is it came from his lips.
Right.
It didn't come
Exactly.
from the I.S.U.P.K.
And
But But the only reason he's telling you this is because of the I.S.U.P.K. The only reason that there is these so-called fake Hebrew Israelite groups is because of the I.S.U.P.K. Anything that has to do with black empowerment, black owned and operated, and only black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is because of the goddamn I.S.U.P.K. Let's wrap it up for the
Check this out. Check this out for a second.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason. I didn't know what I know now before the I.S.U.P.K. Before this man right here and Captain Kaposh. Not necessarily in that order. You get what I'm saying? Captain Kaposh and Officer Tarot. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I thought I knew what life was about. You get what I'm saying? I thought I knew what life was about. I thought I knew black love. I thought I knew these things, but I didn't know nothing about it until I came into the I.S.U.P.K. Like, that goes to show you the power of the I.S.U.P.K. How they pass that knowledge and that love down from generation to generation to generation.
Right.
That a nigga like me in the world who was wicked as hell was able to receive it and change my life and come into this thing and raise other brothers up. Go ahead, soldier.
Just look how you talking. I still ain't gonna lie. I'm scared of that thing. When I'm in that,
Listen.
look the way you are, the way that goddamn, you can see the works of them.
Listen.
Goddamn.
It's gonna happen. Let me tell you something about the I.S.U.P.K. This is I.S.U.P.K. protocol. This right I'm about to tell you is I.S.U.P.K. protocol. This is something you will never learn in the Christian church. They will never do in the Christian church. But I.S.U.P.K. protocol is this, that every single solitary soldier up under you is to be better than you. If you same as me or less than me, I didn't do my goddamn job.
Right.
You understand? Every single solitary soldier up under you is to be better than you. It's your job to make them that way. It's your job to make them that way. We ain't raising no weak niggas here. We ain't raising no weak black Hispanics and Native Indians. That means that you are going to be more powerful than the man that's above you. And then the man that come after you is going to be more powerful than you. To one day that we're just so, whoo! Hey, listen, just no words I want to say. Listen, they're going to be unstoppable. Every little kid is going to be born. Their first words is going to be, one less. You know
I'm sorry.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what the I.S.U.P.K. is all about. That's what brotherhood is all about. That's what love is all about. That's what a nation is all about. You understand? That's what it is, man. If it wasn't for these men right here to my left, there would be no Aza Oriah. I wouldn't be here. I would be dead by now, man. I would be dead by now, and I was so wicked. Not only would I be dead, but I would have took as many niggas with me as I could have. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I wouldn't. Oppressor wasn't my enemy. I knew who he was, but it wasn't embedded in me to have the same hatred for him that he has for me. And by hatred, I don't mean the same hatred that you see him project. Because when I say hatred, people automatically assume wickedness. They assume killing, murder, rape, robbery. No, that's not what I mean when I say I hate the oppressor. When I say I hate the oppressor enough to stop selling weed. I hate the oppressor enough to stop smoking weed. I hate the oppressor enough to stop doing all type of wicked things to my brothers, to every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that I see. You get what I'm saying? I hate the oppressor enough to join myself to my brothers and help build this goddamn nation. That's what I mean. That's true hatred. That's what every other nation does. That's what you see the Chinese do. That's what you see the Korean do. That's what you see the African do. You get what I'm saying? You see them do the same thing. And nobody calls them racist. Nobody says anything to them. It's only when Blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians do it that it becomes an issue. And the reason why that is because we are the Lord's chosen people. When we tell you to separate from America like today, you know how many people that went out and spent a crap load of money all to celebrate a goddamn New Year's that ain't really a goddamn New Year's?
Right.
Like these people that went out and spent hundreds of dollars on liquor, they going to buy ammo to shoot in the air. Now, once more, I'm not advocating violence at all. I want to make that perfectly clear to everybody that's watching. Don't try to misconstrue my words. But you're going to spend hundreds of dollars on ammo to shoot in the air. Let me ask you something. What do you think the oppressor is spending hundreds of dollars on ammo for? Is it to shoot in the air?
Hell no.
Damn right.
Shoot us.
It's to shoot us.
Right.
It's to gun us down. By the time the oppressor decides to make a move on the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we ain't gonna have no goddamn ammo. We just shut it all up on New Year's.
Right.
Waiting to go work for them and earn some more goddamn funds so we can go buy some more eventually. After we get caught up on all our goddamn bills because we living from paycheck to goddamn paycheck trying to survive in this wicked ass kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And when you learn how to separate from that, you know one thing that you can do? You can start to save a couple extra bucks. When you learn that you don't have to spend your money on this crap, not only do you not have to, but it's unlawful. It's unlawful. It's against the Most High in Christ. It's against the Most High in Christ to spend your money on these things.
That's mine. I hope you don't break it. Straight up.
No, I mean, it came straight out.
What do you mean?
When I took it out, yeah. This was left inside.
We chop it up after. I got them, sir. We good. But like when we spend our money on these wicked things, we really taking away from our nation. Instead of spending money on New Year's, why don't you bring the goddamn priests and prophets a gift? Show up in class and bring an offering.
Bring another charger.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Cell phone charger.
You don't understand? Everything that you absolutely see, this TV right here, everything that you see comes out of the pocket of the priests and prophets. That ain't what's going on in the Christian church.
Right.
Everything that you see in the Christian church comes out the pockets of the congregation. Why come we can't get that same love? At least we doing something. What is your Christian pastor doing for you? Every single thing that he does for you, he charges you for. If there's a fish fry and a barbecue with unholy food, you got to eat all this wicked food. You got to eat pork and catfish and all this. Not only do you pay for it, but then he charges you for a plate. Not only do you pay for it, but he charges you to eat there. I.S.U.P.K, you know what Commander GEN.YAHANNA does? He feeds every single solitary Black and Hispanic and Native Indian. We have food drives. We have barbecues every year. The Midwest barbecue. We have so many different barbecues. Like I can't tell you about them, man. There's so many.
Like that.
Listen, we was having so many barbecues that the generals decided to tone them down. He was like, "Y'all spending too much goddamn money in Israel. I know you love your people. I know how you feel about your people. I know you're trying to raise your people up, but we gotta slow it down a little bit. We gotta, you know what I'm saying, condense that and make one big barbecue in each zone. You get what I'm saying? In each zone, because we was going hard. I know for a fact here in that town, we went hard. When we was allowed to do a Midwest barbecue, we went hard. We went hard. We tried. Listen, we pouring that. Let me tell you something about my city real quick, and I don't mean to keep going off.
There's a question on top.
Come. Whenever you get down, sir, we'll take you. Like, let me tell you something about my city. The minimum wage in my city is $7.50. $7.50, sir.
Yeah,
listen,
I know. Yeah,
listen,
I already
if you
know.
smoke cigarettes, that's not even a pack of goddamn cigarettes.
Right.
You can't even buy a 6-pack of beer with that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's
Right.
nothing you can do with $7.50 an hour. What can you do with $7.50 an hour? The oppressor is the goddamn devil, the Bible speaks of.
Right.
He does that to keep us in poverty, to keep us in shambles, to keep us doing all these wicked things. But yet and still, you find some way to celebrate New Year's, so you find a way to do that. Shalom on Christ, soldier. Let's get that question.
That boy Polo asked, Salaki, men of the Lord, do a person that comes to I.S.U.P.K, do they have to be a trooper or can they be a student?
They can be a student. Listen, in the I.S.U.P.K, we will never force your hand to do anything. This is not the Christian church. When you go to the Christian church, they force you to be a homosexual. That's what they do. They force that masculine spirit out of you. You can't be in the Christian church and be an alpha male. They will not have that. There is no alpha males in the Christian church. Not even the goddamn pastor. He's a homosexual too. You get what I'm saying? Or should I say bisexual? Because he likes men and women.
Right.
And also kids too. So I'm not sure what that is. A trisexual? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he likes it all.
He's a quadrosexual.
Yeah, quadrosexual, right.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a quadrosexual. He likes men, women, kids, animals, whatever he can sleep with and put his rod in. That's what he likes. You get what I'm saying? Right. Here in I.S.U.P.K, we would never force your hand. We understand that this warfare that we're in ain't for everybody. It ain't. So for anybody that's watching, that you feel like, man, I understand and I love and I accept everything that they're saying, but there's no way that I can get up there and teach class because of my slavery, because of whatever. Listen, you don't have to do that. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a goddamn about the slavery. It's a lot here. You get what I'm saying? My job, see me, they go, well, we seen you teach your class. Is that how you feel? I'm like, yeah, goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? I love my people. Why shouldn't I love my people?
There's also another question and 2 comments.
Kind of. Let me wrap this up real quick. But if you want to just come into the school and you want to just support the brothers and be a part of this organization, you can do that from behind the scenes. We got a lot of soldiers working from behind the scenes. We got a lot of sisters working from behind the scenes. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Being on the front line ain't for everybody. But just because you're not on the front line doesn't mean that you're not valuable. I want to make that very clear. Every single solitary person in the I.S.U.P.K is an asset, and they are all valuable.
Right.
Every single solitary person, whether you teach a class or you just support the priests and prophets of the Lord by donating money and do whatever you can, coming to put in brick. Every single solitary person is an asset and valuable, and you are loved here in the I.S.U.P.K. You are accepted no matter what. Select Cap, you go ahead, sir.
Yep, brother asked on the when you was reading from Psalms, what's the chapter and verse?
Psalms, that was Psalms 55, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. That was, no, it was, yeah, it was Psalms 55 and 21.
Then there's 2 comments.
Psalms 55 and 21. His words was smoother than butter, but in his heart was war. Salaki, I'm going to read it. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. You understand? That's every goddamn oppressor that you come across, no matter what they say, no matter how they try. It don't even matter if you're married to an oppressor. This right here applies to them. Because when you marry to an oppressor, you don't adapt to them. They don't adapt to you.
Right.
You adapt to them.
Right.
You start to take on their culture. You start to take on their beliefs. You got something you want to bring out, soldier?
Oh, I was just saying, like, on that scripture, like, you know, like, people be like, well, it is nice white people out there, nice oppressors out there, you know what I'm saying?
There's nice alligators, there's nice tigers.
Will warrior. You know, when they say nice white people or nice, you know, heathens and stuff like that, they're judging based on this menial margin. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, if the guy gives them a cigarette, you know what I'm saying? He gave me a cigarette. It's not looked at as the same as if a black person gave them a cigarette.
Right.
Black person give them a cigarette, they don't remember.
Yeah.
Right. White dude, you know, because we so used to being punished by white people. We so used to being, you're hung, lynched. You know what I'm saying?
Destroyed,
So
raped, murdered,
right,
robbed.
right. So if he gives us the smallest little thing,
Smallest token.
all of a sudden, you know, it's the look of love. We give them the look of love.
I got a question. Where was them white nice people when that hurricane happened down there? And what's that devil name? He's a Christian pastor. He's a white Christian.
Oh, Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen. Where was them good white people when Joel Osteen shut that church door? I didn't see any white people protesting.
And you know
or
what?
something to say about it.
Look at how many black people still go to Joel Osteen's church.
Right. None of them took that to heart. None of them said
He
that.
locked the doors. That's a lot of people will
Yeah, go
worry.
ahead, sir.
In the time of need.
And this is a goddamn basketball stadium.
Yes, he locked the doors so that they could not get in.
So
And
what?
Joel Osteen is a Malachite. He's a Jewish bastard.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You see how callous that is?
And if I could, real quick,
What?
sir. Like, if you ever seen his church on TV, you see how big it is.
Right.
So the funny part
Damn.
is, when the reports came out, they said that the water didn't even make it past the basement.
Wow.
They said the water didn't make it past the basement, which I can believe because if you see his church, that thing is huge. It used to be the old Houston Rockets basketball stadium. You get what I'm saying? Now, we all know how big a basketball stadium is. Just think about down here in Naptown, our stadium. Now, that thing ain't really big,
Right.
but it's big to us because we in Naptown and we don't have much here. But just imagine a place that's full of revenue like Houston. Houston is so full of revenue, they don't even pay taxes on nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why people online going to Houston. They're like, shit, man, I make 28 million. I get the whole 28 million.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You come here in that time to make 28 million, you end up with like 15 of it.
And here's the thing, man. That's probably, you know what I'm saying? Just check this out. Now look at this. When I was in the world, when I used to go to strip clubs, right?
Right.
It was a power outage inside those apartments where Officer Hamakabab lived in.
Right.
It was a power outage over there in that area, right?
Right.
The strip club owner, what the hell was her goddamn name? I forgot what her name was, but she opened up the strip club place so that people that were suffering behind a power outage could go inside there.
That's funny. If I could speak on that real quick. This is a goddamn strip club.
Yeah.
This ain't a church where there's thousands upon thousands of seats up in the bleachers from the bottom to the top. Like his church is the old Houston Rockets football stadium. You know how big this place is?
Right.
Anybody that's ever been to it, you ain't even gotta been to a basketball game. If you watch it on TV, you know how big a goddamn stadium is. Now, once more, we was all in the world. Don't act like you never been to a strip club. You see how small a strip club is.
Right.
You see how small. Now, what goes to show you? How can somebody at a strip club open up their doors, but Joel Osteen,
and
who
that's not
supposedly
even
loves everybody.
If I will, Warriors, so like, I don't mean to cut you off,
Go ahead,
Warriors,
sir.
but that's not even the whole of the matter. That's what else they did.
What's that?
They cooked out.
Damn right.
For the people that didn't have no electricity inside the arcade apartments, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They cooked out for the people.
Right.
Free.
Right.
And this is a goddamn strip club.
Right.
A strip club, dude.
That's crazy.
A strip club.
And you would never believe that.
They cooked out.
When I was
They
in the world,
barbecued.
when I was in the world, they would have had a customer for life.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying? But they barbecued.
Right.
For the people in the hood that didn't have no, you know what I'm saying, electricity at the time because of the electric storm, the ice storm that came.
Right.
They did that. And they're a strip club. Far from God.
Right. Right.
Far from any of anything.
You would think so.
Yeah.
You would think so.
No, they are.
Listen, not compared to the Christian church.
Well, they're going to show you how far away from the God Christian church.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point I want to make.
That's the point
I want to make.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to show you they're way more removed than even what the damn strippers are.
Right.
That's some sad stuff. I saw that. I was in the world, but I still saw it. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
So, like,
you know,
we got some more questions.
There's 2 comments.
Come. Let's get them.
Besides, Judah said, "I have perfect hatred for all the other nations that ain't Israelites, really, I'm starting to not like other groups than the ISUPK. Reason being, they know y'all came with the truth and what that means, but they start other groups. Just saying.
Listen,
Right. That's your brother out of Louisville.
Right. You keep doing. Oh, you out of Louisville?
Right.
That means that you under this man right here.
Right.
You understand? This right here. You need to make sure that you get on Facebook, get in his messenger, contact this man, start reporting, put in your time, get your Hebrew name, and I expect to see you up there teaching class. I expect to be making a call to you like, I can't make it. Teach class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I expect, man. Listen, what you saying ain't nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I hate my enemies with perfect hate too. And let me tell you something. I don't listen. It's a saying that I say. If you ain't I.S.U.P.K, I don't know you.
Right.
It's that simple. If you ain't I.S.U.P.K, I don't know you. Who are you?
Yeah, right.
It's only one body. It's only one body. And that is the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding GEN.YAHANNA. You shouldn't like these other groups. You know what they are? They are bastard children. They are ungrateful kids. They came here and they got what they wanted to perceive as their version of the truth.
Right.
Took it back to where they was at and modified it and made it work for them.
Right.
That's why you see these other groups trying to rape little kids. Talk about you can marry an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. Let me ask you something. If you got a goddamn 8-year-old daughter or 11-year-old daughter, are you gonna? Ooh, I almost cussed. Lucky. Like if you got an 8-year-old daughter or 11-year-old daughter, are you really gonna give her to a grown ass man?
Wow.
Would you do that?
That's not.
Who
That's
would
not
do
you,
that?
man.
Who would?
Not
If you wouldn't do it to yours, why would you do it to somebody else's? What kind of wicked filth is that? You understand? Them places ain't got no goddamn truth. There's only one place on the truth, and that's the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding GEN.YAHANNA. You shouldn't be watching them. Like I never knew about any. Like I was lucky. You know what I'm saying? I was like my first experience with ever even learning that I was a Hebrew Israelite was with the I.S.U.P.K.
Yeah.
Was with the I.S.U.P.K. I never knew nothing about the truth before the I.S.U.P.K. Barakatah Yahweh while y'all was shot.
That's right.
This was my first experience. And once I seen this and I seen how these brothers move, I knew off top that this is where I was supposed to be. In fact, I didn't even know it was anything else out here besides the I.S.U.P.K. until y'all brought it up in the class one day. And that's what made me look. Then I looked and seen these other fake groups. I was like, man, I seen cats in all purple. I seen heathens all up in their group and all this other stuff. I said, man, what the hell is this wickedness? You get what I'm saying? What the hell is this? Like, I knew off top. Listen, the Most High blessed a nigga like me, man. There's no reason right now that I should be right here teaching class next to powerful priest and prophet like Officer Tarab. There's no reason. There's no reason why I should be up under a man like Captain Kapash. There's no reason besides the mercy of the Most High. There is no reason why I should be a soldier in the army of Commander GEN.YAHANNA who serves the Most High in Christ. There is no reason other than that than the mercy of the Most High. You understand? Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you, even if I would have found one of them groups and tried to join them, I wouldn't have lasted there. It was too soft. They was too soft. They would have said something, I'd have probably slapped one of their leaders and they'd have kicked me out. You know what I'm saying? And it said some Illuminati homosexual stuff to me, I'd have shut up. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely own that too.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? But you don't get that in I.S.U.P.K. You get rugged, hardcore, straight up certified soldiers.
Right.
Soldiers. You get what I'm saying? Now, why you think when we go to every city, they gotta hide the strong and hide the women? Like hide the women. No, all the bitches is gonna leave if they come to lock you. You feel me? Because women look at us and see how we move, and they look at the mother cats and see how they move. And listen, you know where you feel safe at. You know where you feel at home at.
That's
you know
right.
who's gonna lay down their life for you. And who's
I'm
not.
a soldier.
You feel what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight up. We get that all the time when we walk into some places. They start, I want a soul, just start singing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They start serenading to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? What scripture is that where they was singing and dancing for the priests and prophets? You know what I'm saying?
The time when the king, talk about King David.
Right.
Right.
Singing and dancing for a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's another one too. Psalms 97.
Right.
When they talk about, you know what I'm saying, the daughters of
when it was
Jerusalem
sitting
shall
around the
rejoice.
fire, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, there's only one place. You got something else, Cap?
Yeah, he had another comment.
Let's rock it out.
Side Judah said, and they're making money off the backs of dumb black Israelites. So as long as we stay dumb, it's cool. But when we come together and stop spending money with them, it's racist.
Listen,
right.
That sounds like the Christian church, don't it?
Right.
Ain't that the Christian church? Long as you spending with everybody, you cool. But if you start to funnel and spend only black, you're racist. Go ahead, soldier.
And where is all the Christians at right now?
Right. Celebrating New Year's.
Where they
Right.
at? No, I'm saying where they at
We're
right
bringing
now?
in the New Year's right now.
Where they at
At
right
the
now?
Christian church.
Right.
To bring in New Year's.
What's going to happen at 12 o'clock?
They can listen. They're gonna celebrate New Year's, and then they're gonna be stuck with the same problems that they've been having.
I'm saying
Everything that they said since 2010, they're gonna keep saying right now, 2012.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's where they at. They somewhere being weak up under the oppressor. That's where they at.
Right.
Where's their voice concerning what 74,000 black girls coming up missing? Where are they voice?
Right. That's a heavy point, sir.
Where's that? I want to see that. Go ahead.
They don't consider.
Yeah. They hiding from it.
They hiding from it.
Yeah, they hiding from that. They don't want to bring that. They don't want to. Well, in reality, a lot of men on it too.
So who was that?
You know, there are a lot of men on it.
Just spoke again.
You know,
the last comment you read.
Side Judah.
Side Judah. Is he in the school, sir? You know?
That's
the brother out of Louisville.
Yeah, out of Louisville.
That's the brother out of Louisville.
Right.
Listen, your side Judah. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to call your name out like that, but you know what I'm saying? Right here, this is the man that you need to be reporting to, man. I want to see you in this school, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Get in this school, get affiliated, get strong, show your spirit the way that you're showing it online. Show it by reporting to this man. You understand? And you ain't got to worry about getting down here, man. We going to make sure you get down here. You understand? We got brothers down there in your city now. You get what I'm saying? We got brothers that pass that city to come down here for high holy days and whatnot. Camp. They make it down here for camp. We got hardcore soldiers in this shit, man. Bro, it's like in my language. We got hardcore soldiers, man. Get affiliated, man. Get in this thing. I want to see you out here, man. I want to see you in person. I want to see you, man. You get what I'm saying? That's one thing that we always about, man. We about our nation. And you sound like you about your nation, man. You understand? But it's one thing to talk it, and it's another thing to live it. It's time to start living it, man. And there's only one way to live it, and that's the I.S.U.P.K of the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. It's that simple. Understand? You got this man, and this man is probably gonna give you the order to talk to the man that he appointed. You know what I'm saying? Steward over that city, which is Officer Makabah. Officer Makabah of 1,000, who's a mighty priest and prophet in this truth. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have some hometown. You got people in your hometown ready to rock it out with you. You know what I'm saying? He got a right man, Officer Amon Gabar. You get what I'm saying? You ready to rock, man? Let's do this. Let's do it. You understand? You need to be in class in there. They got classes in your city. Classes in your city. Officer Makabar rocking out classes in your city. Officer Amon Gabar is rocking out classes in your city. Let's rock it out, man. I want to see you in class. I want them to see. I want to see the picture when you in all black doing your UPK official pose and you getting your goddamn name.
Oh, I already got it.
Oh, he already got it?
He already got his name.
Oh, Most High Christ.
Yeah.
It's time.
He's been having it for quite some time.
Most High Christ. Oh, you ready to go there?
He was at
Right. Yeah, you remember that. Yeah, he was on the camera.
Yeah, I was probably at the slave that day. You know what I'm saying? Being the oppressor's the goddamn devil, the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? I was at the slave. That's the only reason I didn't see you. But shit, man, I'm done talking. You already official there. You got two niggas here speaking on you. You official. It's time to rock it out there. That's my bad. I just ain't that you. You got anything else, sir, before we get back in the scriptures?
He just said, I know coming class Tuesday to class at the library.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. That's what I'm talking about, soldier. Damn right. And that's where it starts. It started with me like that. I remember I used to come to class every day after my slavery. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was kidding about this. I told Cap. Cap, do you remember what I told you the first time I met you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I told Cap, I said, man, this is my life. Teaching class the way I teach class is what I was meant to do. Cap was like, whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was like, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you something. Did I ever turn back? Did I ever renege on my word? I was about that. You understand? Most High in Christ, man. You know, like this is my life now. This is my life. I wouldn't know what to do without the UPK. I really wouldn't. What would I do without this priesthood? What would I do without this nation? What would I do? You understand? There's nothing else that I can be doing with my life right now besides right now teaching class, trying to make sure that every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian within the sound of my voice joins itself to us. Let me tell you something. You cannot punch a person like this. This is not how you punch a person. Only like this can you cause any goddamn damage. Only like this. We have to come together like this as a nation to do anything.
Right.
You understand?
Somebody had another question.
Come, sir.
It said, if your wife is tripping or acting up, does that mean you did something wrong?
No. Let me ask you something. And does she have a menstrual cycle? So that means you didn't do nothing wrong. That's a woman's spirit. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning in Genesis, the woman was a screw up. So go ahead, sir.
Well, you know, a lot of people, you know, take when they talk about, you know, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. You got to use certain examples in the Bible, like the example of Ahab and Jezebel.
Mm-hmm.
There was a union between them two.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ahab was the, you know what I'm saying, weak king, and she was the slithering heathen woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Knocking his crown off his head.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
All of that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so, I mean, if you check your woman, here's the thing. If you check your woman and you correct her,
right?
What did Ahab not do?
He didn't check her.
Yeah, exactly. And his wicked woman was given to him as a portion, as him being a wicked man.
Right.
And so when she wanted to have, what was that brother's name? I can't think of his name, but he had a portion, you know, the field, the vineyard.
How about the wine garden?
Right. And she had him killed. He did not check her. He did not stop her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got brothers out there, when you talk about a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, if the man don't make efforts to stop that woman, then he's in agreement with what the hell she's doing.
Right. And that's such a heavy point. And this is something that I understood even before I was in the truth. Like, before you can even think about checking a man, you must first learn how to check a woman.
Right.
If you can't check a female, and let me ask you something, soldiers out here, what is a wicked woman called? What is a shameless woman called?
Dog.
What's another word for dog?
Bitch.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
Nah.
Somebody said, what's the scripture which said you can't check your woman or something?
When you can't check her? There is no scripture saying you can't check her.
He said you can't not check brothers if you can't check your woman. He said, where's that scripture?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, a lot of things go on common sense, though.
I got them, sir.
I mean, damn, you know what I'm saying? Certain things are just common sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn. If you can't check your wife who is up under your subjection, that brother out there in the world is not up under your subjection. The wife is. You know what I'm saying? Your wife and your children and everything inside your house is up under your subjection, right? But he is out there in the world. You see what I'm saying? You'd have more obligation to check them inside your house than him out there. It's like trying to correct another man's, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
child or something, and you ain't even correcting your own child. I mean, that's just common sense, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's common sense.
What is that? 1 Corinthians, where it says the head of every man.
Just Google it, Warrior. You probably want to Google it because it'll pull it up right quick. The head of every man is Christ. You want to go there, and you'll be able to pull up the scripture. My phone's completely dead right now. I mean, this is common sense. It's funny.
I got him.
You know what I'm saying? We got it. There's certain common sense stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the precept, 1 Timothy 3 and 4 is the main one, the strongest one, one of the strongest ones that say exactly what you're saying.
Pull that. 1 Timothy's what, sir?
3 and 4.
3 and 4. 1 Timothy 3 and 4. One of y'all pull that for me.
If a man learns not to correct his own house, I'm paraphrasing. Is that what you're talking about, Cap? How can he guide the churches of God? Which churches don't mean like what we think of it today. It's gatherings.
Right.
Gatherings of Israelites.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say, sir. Not only just a gathering, but a gathering of people, Israelites.
And this stuff should be just common sense with us. But it's
Be.
not. We've been broken as slaves so much to where things that make sense even to heathen nations don't even make sense to us.
The scripture Cap said, and the other pull 1 Corinthians 11 and 3.
I got 1 Timothy already.
All right, pull 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Let's get 1 Timothy. Let's go ahead and write that out.
That's 3 and 4, right?
So, like, Cap, is that it? 3 and 4?
God.
Yep, that's
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 4.
Go ahead.
One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection.
Hold on. Start that over.
Yeah, what go along with the, if I will,
Yeah.
what go along with the children?
Right.
The wife.
Who has the children?
The wife.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 4.
Go ahead.
One that ruleth his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Hold on. Listen.
Hold it down.
Even though you ain't got your house in order, you can check this nigga right here. Is that what that said?
Right.
Read that again. See, this is the problem. People don't understand the Bible. People don't understand the Bible at all. You get what I'm saying? Now, I know what you're going to say. Because your little Christian hearts wants you to be able to let your woman rule over you.
Right.
You want her to be able to tell you what to do. You get what I'm saying?
Or here's the thing with you got a big decision to make.
Happy life, happy life.
I'm just gonna check and see you running by the wife. You know, see what she's saying.
It's her opinion matters.
Yeah.
Wife lives matter. So like,
Yeah, there we go.
I couldn't help
Wife life matter.
Wife life matter. You know what I'm saying? Now, straight up though, read that again. So,
God. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children.
One that ruleth well his own house, having his children
in subjection.
Let me tell you something. Before you can check the kids, who do you have to check first? Who? The wife. If you tell your kids, now you can't have no goddamn ice cream and popsicles, and your wife come back behind you and say, you can have all the ice cream and popsicles you want. Who do you check? Do you check the kids for listening, or do you check her for disobeying what you said?
And that's powerful what you're bringing out of Will. But we'll say something right quick. Because think about it. Because if you don't do that, which we're Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indian men are in the custom of not doing that.
Right.
Let me tell you what'll happen. Even if you inside the house, right?
Right.
She will turn those children against you.
Damn right.
It'll be a war between you and her. And inside the house.
They're going to know. Only thing I got to do is go to mommy, and she's going to override what daddy said, because daddy's soft as
right.
As
you know what I'm saying? So you got to have her in subjection.
Right.
And then you have the kids, and you break her spirit, and she be like, they get, daddy said such and such. Well, baby,
that's what your daddy said. That's what goes.
You know what I'm saying? Now she's like, the kid's like,
I ain't got no power. I don't have any power no more.
Right,
that's what the kids are like. Go ahead.
That's heavy what Tarab bringing up, because like that one scripture say, like there's enemies of there's the enemies of your own household.
Right.
Yes, yes. A man's enemy should be they of his own house.
Own
Right,
household.
right.
Let's talk about that right there.
Right. And if I could, let's read that from the beginning again, and then I got another one I want you to pull.
There's a verse after it that says even more. Verse
Right.
5.
God. One that ruleth well his own house.
One that ruleth well his own house.
Having
That means-
his,
my fault. That means ruleth well over your own house, just ain't over the kids. That's meaning that you know how to tell your woman to shut the hell up. You ain't afraid to say that. You ain't afraid of her be like, get out, nigga, get out. I hate you. You know how women be. You understand? Let me tell you something real quick, if I could. For a person to have this question, show me that in the Bible where I gotta check a nigga before I check her. Let me tell you something. That's a Christian spirit.
Right.
That's something you gotta shed yourself of.
Yeah.
That Christian spirit will destroy you, will destroy your household. You know what I'm saying? Instead, if you asking me, where does it say in the Bible that you have to check your woman before you check a man? Let me ask you something. Show me in the Bible where it says if that man don't work, that he don't eat. Show me in the Bible where it says that if that man don't work, then she got to feed him beans, where the
Right.
woman is the ruler of the household. Show
Right.
me where. I want to see that verse. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Show me that verse, because that's where a lot of that leads back to. And a lot of that leads back to that because that's the spirit of Christianity.
Right.
Right.
That's the spirit of Christianity. Christianity puts a woman over the man.
Yes.
Puts a woman over the man. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it puts it puts that specifically the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman over her man.
Kind of
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of kind.
Specifically for that.
And if I could, that's why you see the Black woman being the only woman saying that she doesn't need a man. That I'm the mama and the daddy. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That's why you see her saying that, Bill. Because she's the only one that is empowered to rule over a man. Let me ask you something. What happens when you try to oppress an oppressor? And I mean the man. When you try to oppress an oppressor, what happens when you try to do that? What happens when the woman oppressor tries to oppress the man oppressor? Does anybody know what happens? Don't worry, I'll tell you. He kills her, the kids, the dog, the cat, the fish, the lawyer, the judge, the prosecutor, the cops.
Yeah. That's powerful what you bringing out.
Like he
Because-
goes crazy.
Yeah, we go for that stuff because our people are slaves.
Right,
So it makes sense to us.
right.
It doesn't make sense to them. I
No,
remember that
he freak-
Somalian
He freaks out.
family. Yeah.
Right.
That Somalian family, you know, in Louisville, you know, in the projects, that dude killed the whole damn
He
family.
wigged out,
Yes, he snapped.
oppressing me.
He's like, you're not gonna do this to me.
Listen, you're
You know,
oppressing me.
he said, I'm not a nigga.
He said, oppressing me.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody must die.
Yeah. He said, I'm not a nigga.
Right. And listen, it was a Moabite that showed up in court with the blackface. He said, since you treat me like a nigga, I might as well look like one. That's what he
Right.
said. He showed up in blackface.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the hell he got black paint from to paint his face black.
Hell, shoe polish.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Like he showed up in court like that. He showed up, and this is a Moabite. You get what I'm saying? This is a Moabite. The same people you buy your hair from. You get what I'm saying? Buy the cat and the dog from. He showed up in court with the black face and said, I might as well look like a nigga if you're going to treat me like one. Because he was going through a court case. I forget what his court case was about. I didn't even care about what his court case was about. I cared the fact that he showed up in blackface. Now, let me tell you something. Even when I was in the world, if I'd have seen him come out his cell block with blackface, you know what I would have did to him? I would have hit him with Street Fighter combos. Hadouken! 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 Tiger uppercut! Like
Well,
straight up.
I'll tell you why he showed up in blackface.
Right,
It was an expedient move for him
right.
because he showed up in blackface, so the judge would sit there and see him and be like, damn, okay,
I am treating him like a nigga.
maybe they might join into our enemies.
Right,
Go back into Genesis.
right. The Lord's
Exodus,
Right.
Exodus.
Right.
Unless they join into our enemies and fight against us. So with him showing up in blackface,
I let the judge know where he stood.
yeah.
I hate niggas just
So
as
now the
much as
judge
you.
like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's thinking, since I'm being treated like a nigga, maybe I'll join with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll join with them and we'll become a force together which threaten the judge and threaten all white society.
Right.
And so now white society has to say, oh damn, we don't want that.
Right.
Nobody needs to join with them.
They already too strong.
Right.
Yeah, so what we need to do is, okay, whatever he wants, we'll meet his demands.
Right.
And then he washed the black face off.
Right.
And then everything go back to normal.
Right. Let's get some more of that scripture, Artazar. Officer Artazar.
Come. Having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Having his children in subjection. Listen.
And what's the if I will
Go ahead, sir.
what's the slang for all gravity? What's the slang for that? Anybody know? Hold it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what gravity do.
Right. Hold it down.
It holds everything down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know this is a nigga book.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? With all gravity, have your
Having
children in
children.
subjection. With all gravity, make sure
Hold
your
it
kids,
down.
them niggas can hold it down.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Damn right. Keep going.
Or if a man know not how to rule his own house.
If a man know not what?
How to rule his own house.
What you mean I gotta check my woman before I check another man? Go ahead.
How shall he take care of the church of God?
How can you listen? You know what checking another man is? Read that again.
Or if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Listen, if you can't check your woman, how can you check a man?
Right.
Listen. How can Officer Tarok check me if he can't check his rib? That don't make sense. Where is the equilibrium in that? He can't tell me nothing. No, Salaki. He can't tell her nothing. He can't tell this woman anything.
Right.
Like she tell, don't let Azad do whatever he like. That nigga, I just don't like him. You get what I'm saying? That's what she's telling you. You know?
Right.
I just don't like him for some odd reason. And he listening to that film.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Instead of him checking her, telling her, B, shut the F up.
Right.
It's a locky in my language.
Hey, I'm type nigga, thou hast nothing to do with this.
Right. Thou shalt shut that goddamn mouth.
Yeah. Thou hast nothing to do with this.
Go ahead,
Get in thy kitchen.
Right.
Cook it. Get food.
Right.
Cook it. Get
And
food.
whoever knows I he's like that.
Right.
I was there, who knows?
That nigga said,
That's
"Keep
what I
up
do, y'all.
that food for
I
all our brothers."
want counsel. I got infinite
right.
resources.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not from thee. You
There
know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoever asked that
Real talk.
question, that's your proof in the Bible. That's your proof in the Bible. And if I could, let's get 1 Corinthians 11:3.
That's right.
1 Corinthians 11:3.
1 Corinthians 11:3.
Let's go.
But I would have you know
Listen, but I would have you know the Most High. Let's go.
that the head of every man is Christ.
Listen, the Most High would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Keep going.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of who?
The woman is the man.
Listen, that's called rank and order.
That's right.
Before you can ever expect to check a man, check that hoe. It's a lot of here.
You sleep with her.
Right.
I will.
Yeah, you
I will.
absolutely
You sleep
right.
with her.
That's
You don't
who-
sleep with that goddamn man.
That's who you sleeping with.
You dealing with her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In those times when you laid back chilling, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, unless you're in a
Y'all
Christian
watching
church,
the movie.
then I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Watching the movie, and she say some shit like, because her mind is her wheels is turning.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like the way Officer Trump wear his tam. I don't like that.
Right, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Be something small like that.
That's how I start. That's how I
Yeah,
start. That's why I tell you niggas, I said this in a couple of classes ago. Shut the hell up, pillow talking with your woman. Shut that. Ooh, I
There's a
almost
scripture
cussed.
for that.
Shut up talking to her. Shut up telling her how you feel in your goddamn opinion. If you got a problem, talk to the priest and prophets of the Lord.
That's right.
Right.
Talk to them. But don't tell her nothing. Spit. Because, I don't, can't cuss like where I want to. Don't tell her spit. Quit talking to her. Quit being soft up under a woman. Quit letting her give you orders. Quit letting her tell you, I'm hungry. I want something to eat.
Right.
Didn't I just go to the grocery store? Didn't I just go spend hundreds of dollars on food? You better get in that kitchen and cook me up some of that chicken that you made me the other day that was flamed.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to tell you, that's how shit get ran at the house of Azan. I don't play that at all. I wish a rib would.
I should have clean.
I wish a rib would. You know what I'm saying? I wish a rib would. You get what I'm saying? It's not going down like that. It's not going down like that at all. At all. You understand? There's nothing more important than this brotherhood. You get what I'm saying? And when a woman is trying to devise that, like, let me tell you something. The reason why a brother is asking, show me the scripture on where I should check a wife before I check one of my brothers, is because that rib has a strong grip on that.
That's right.
You got a grip on that nigga like this.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta be jacked.
And he doesn't want to deal with that.
No,
He don't want to deal with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to find a way
I ain't
not
gotta check her.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to push it back out of his house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Baby, don't listen to them. They tripping.
Yeah. Exactly. He probably listen to it with his rib.
Right.
And he see her, she's not approved. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's what she's telling him. I don't like that. Them niggas is womanizers and all of that. But once more, they can't tell us anything that we did that's womanizing. Everything that we say comes straight up out of the Bible.
That's right.
Comes straight up out of the Bible. When we tell you to shut your goddamn mouth, that's not our words. That's the words of the Most High. You understand? That's the words of the Most High in Christ.
I'll make that.
That's the words of the Most High in Christ.
Right.
He's the one that's telling you that. He said the woman is to learn in silence.
Yeah. We didn't say that.
No, we didn't say it. We didn't say it at all. That's what the Most High Christ said.
Right.
Say, I got a question.
Yes, shut thy jibs.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shut thy mouth and listen. You get what I'm saying? And cover thy head and pray to the Most High for wisdom. And let me tell you something that's the most powerful wisdom a woman can have: to shut their goddamn mouth.
Right.
That's right.
And be disciplined in doing so, because she's gonna be tempted with the opportunity to run her mouth. Once she feels some kind of way, she start to conquer over that. Then you know what else she can conquer over?
You.
No. If she start to conquer over that mouth, she can conquer that box.
Yeah. Right. That's
now she'll start to have vaginal discipline.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If she can learn things like that, then she can learn how to control that box.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff go hand in hand.
Right.
The woman that control, the scripture, the one that ruleth his spirit is better than he that taketh the strong city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that's not only exclusive to the he.
Right.
It's with the she also.
Right.
She learn how to control that goddamn mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she can control that box.
Let me get Isaiah 3:12.
Also, somebody had another question.
Let's work it out, sir.
Said, when people say to them Happy New Year's, and they say they don't celebrate it, what should they say when they say why they don't?
Mark, Salaki, soldier. When people was telling us Happy New Year's earlier, what did you tell them?
We don't celebrate that shit.
And why did you tell them?
Huh?
What was the reason why you told them that?
What was the reason?
Yeah, what did you say to the last person, the chick? You know what I'm saying? She was up there trying to be all pretty, the one that sold us her liquor. She was trying to be all pretty and flirtatious. What did you tell her when she said Happy New Year?
We don't celebrate it.
And what did you, when she said why, what did you tell her?
I.S.U.P.K.
That nigga said,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you
don't
what he
celebrate
said.
that shit in the I.S.U.P.K.
Right. He said that ain't nothing Most High. So we don't celebrate that in the UPK. That's what he told her. You know what I'm saying? Which is hardcore.
Let me show you even a smoother way to do it too.
Right.
Because they don't know. A lot of people don't know what the UPK is.
No, they don't.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna
When
be
you
real. So
check this out. Check this out. Now, watch this. You know, this is what I've been doing. You know, they say Happy New Year's. I'm like, New Year's? New Year's is April 9th.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
And I look at them like with such peculiar, such
like you look at them
peculiarity,
like you turn your head upside down on her.
You know what I'm saying? New Year's is April 9th.
Right.
You know, what are you talking about? And then they gotta think about it like, really? I'm like, yeah. I.S.U.P.K. The New Year's is celebrated in New York.
Right.
And now they like, damn, really? What is this knowledge that I'm learning now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? They like, damn, now you start to have their wheels turn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, maybe I need to see what it is they own. Next thing you know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? Then the warrior, young man Mark will be opening the door and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit, my fault.
Next thing you know, the person will be curious and it'll spark intrigue.
Right.
Because we own something totally different. You know what I'm saying? It'll spark intrigue and that person will come in and start to learn.
Right. This thing you got that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't want to shut them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, UPK don't. You know what I'm saying?
I think he handled it the right way because number one, she was dressed like a whore, so she's trying to use her sex appeal.
But she's not. She's still in the world.
Yeah, I know.
All the women. Hell, what woman walking up and down 10th Street ain't dressed like a whore?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing.
I mean, it's just so common. You know,
we can't give them any glory for that though.
No, that's not glory. Here's the thing. We let them know when the New Year's actually begins.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they'll start to think. You see what I'm saying? The thing is to get their wheels to turning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get their wheels to turning. And that, you know what I'm saying? They're like, damn, and we put an impression upon them. They're like, damn, maybe I need to come by that place right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even if they do come back with some whore stuff on, then we start to work. Now, sister, that what you wearing, that's just a tire of a whore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they're like, oh, let me go back and change.
Right.
And then I come back. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. And if I could, for the soldier that was asking, you know what I'm saying, when somebody tells you Happy New Year's, long story short, they tell you Happy New Year's, you tell them, God damn, your pagan holiday. Like Officer Truff said, New Year's is the 9th of April.
Right. And they look at them like, with a peculiar look, like, you don't know this?
Yeah. Man, so let me ask you something. What religion is you again? And like, I'm a Christian. What religion are you? I'm not a religion. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a nation.
Right.
I'm a nation.
Now, when you look at them with this strange
was
look.
your father a Negro? Yeah, he was. Well, shit, you're supposed to be part of my nation. You don't know this? Here, man, hurry up. Let me write this down. Man, somebody quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you look at them with that strange look, that's going to make them think, because people do that to us all the time. They do it to black people all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you would actually believe this?
Right.
Think about it.
When it comes to white Christ.
Yeah,
when it comes to white Christ, the Christ didn't have a color. Or Christ was all of her.
Right.
All that filthy filth that come out their mouth. They really, like, you see how they look at you? I had a goddamn oppressor tell me he was coffee. I said, that nigga said Christ was coffee. I said, you know what? I said, you remember that 8-pack of crayons, right? I said, show me coffee in there. There was no coffee, but there was a white and black. And if Christ wasn't white, then what color was he? He was black. There was no coffee in that.
Think about it. You look at dark coffee, that's dark brown, dark brown as hell.
Right.
Maybe he was on.
You got to put
he was
cream
trying to-
in there
Yeah.
to make it. To
Maybe
make
he
it
was talking
lighter.
about that kind of coffee,
Listen,
maybe with
listen.
cream and light and
Listen,
all of
They,
that.
the fact of the matter is they don't want to give Christ. They don't want to give Christ no credit for being a black man. But when they say Christ was olive color, I hit them with the picture of the black olive. Everybody that's seen a black olive, olives not only don't come in green, but they come in black. So when they say Christ was olive color, I send them that picture, black olives. Boom. There you go. Now I agree with you. That's what you was talking about. Then we on the same page.
Right.
Black olive, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So we be smooth with it if you, because I done seen people. Now think about this for a second. Now imagine, you got some college student that run across some professor, right?
Right.
And that college student says 2 and 2 is 4.
Right.
And the professor says
No, that's not right.
2 and 2 is 5.
Your math is off.
And when right. And when he sat there and heard the college student say 2 and 2 is 4, and then he looks at him with a peculiar look, and then what does the college student start to think? Well, okay, maybe 2
I'm
and
wrong.
2 is 5.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
My math was off somewhere in this simple ass multiplication.
And that's something that is wrong. But what we're saying is right.
Right.
So how much more power should we have when we look at somebody with a peculiar look like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. The fact of the matter, if anybody tell you Happy New Year's, you tell them God damn with that. That's not the truth.
Right.
Here, Commander GEN.YAHANNA has invited you to New York on April 9th.
Right.
He has invited you there. And let me tell you something. If you have trouble getting there, call your camp leader nearest you. Call your camp leader nearest you. Because I can tell you from personal experience, if you don't have the funds to get there, let me tell you something. I'm a broke nigga. You get what I'm saying? I had to go back to school and further my education in order for me to start making some decent money. I'm not trying to delve into my personal life, but I got child support coming in my check.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And if you know anything about child support, any black and Hispanic and Native Indian knows that they take out all the goddamn money and leave just barely enough for you to survive. They leave barely enough just for you to pay your bills. Don't be making minimum wage. I stay in Naptown. Minimum wage is $7.50. $7.50 can't even buy you a goddamn decent meal when you go to the fast food restaurant.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need at least $15. And that's just for burger and fries, no soda. Welcome to Naptown. You get what I'm saying? Welcome.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they in nap time. They heard some luck. You don't mean the sidebar.
No. I already know. You ain't used to this. I remember when you came down, you was like, I ain't used to this shit.
Right.
So
Nice. These people trying to crush you. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
That's why when people think I'm playing when I tell them this is where the KKK was started at. This is the KKK.
Celebrate New Year's.
KKK. This is where it was invented at. That's why when you see them lynching pictures on I.S.U.P.K. Website and stuff, them pictures be from here. I know you like to think them pictures was from somewhere else, but they're not. Them pictures is from Marion, Indiana, Avon, shit like that. Slovakia in my language. Places like that. Go ahead, soldier.
It was Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I mean, they saying they are devils, but I mean, they like different, just like different denominations. I mean,
They all the same.
Yeah,
They all
Aryan.
in with one another.
Listen, you ever seen the movie Django? I know in the movie Django they showed it like it came from Tennessee or Texas or whatever, but that didn't start there. That started here. You get what I'm saying? That started here. This is the hub. That's one thing about Naptown history. If you ever go to the museum here, it will show you clear as day. You get what I'm saying? Like we got an art museum. Now this is in the art museum. This is on 38th Street by Crown Hill Cemetery. Go into the art museum. They'll show you. You get what I'm saying? If there's anything that a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian really wants to know, they're not going to tell you in classes and or schools or nothing like that. They're going to tell you in places like museums. You get what I'm saying? You have to go to the museum and you will see the truth because they put it there in plain sight, but they'll never mention it. It's something that you got to go in person to see. And they do that actually for the oppressor. They do that for other oppressors. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why they do that. They don't really do that for us. But if you go to the art museum off, I can't remember the street. What is that? Michigan? I think it's Michigan. To the right. You get what I'm saying? It's an art museum. They go there and go to the slave place, and you'll see this is where the KKK started at.
So which one?
Michigan, to the right. Right there by Crown Hill Cemetery.
Oh, Michigan. Oh, Michigan Road.
Yeah, Michigan
Michigan
Road.
Road or Michigan Ave.
Michigan.
The one that run north and south, or the one that run east and west.
The one that went north and south.
Okay, that's Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan. That's Michigan. I thought that was Michigan Road.
That's Michigan Road.
Yeah, that's Michigan Road. Yeah. Go to Michigan Road to the right. Right before you head out west to Lafayette, that area. Right before you get there, as soon as you get to Michigan Street, it's going to be on the right. That museum, and it'll show you that the KKK started here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Them pictures that's all over the UPK websites of black people hanging and all that, most of them pictures was here.
Right.
Most of the pictures was here. There's one that's famous. It shows you Marion, Indiana. And it even got the year at the bottom of that thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Even got the year at the bottom. Not only was it in Indiana, but it's where we sitting right now.
I think it's in this room.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's on one of these walls. But that stuff started here. KKK started here.
It's right there. It's over there. See the picture of the white guys with suits?
Right.
I think it's that one.
Yeah. That stuff started here. What's the year on
Right.
that?
See, you're
Salakia, what you saying about the photo?
Talking about
that happened in
like the
Indiana.
KKK started here.
This happened in Indianapolis?
Go ahead, soldier. Yeah. Yeah. Marion.
This is
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
Marion.
This is Marion County.
This is
Yeah.
Marion. This is
Yeah,
Marion.
this is Marion
That's-
County.
That crap started here and then it spread everywhere else. Go ahead, soldier.
I know we're supposed to say it in a different way, man. But the white man is the devil about
That's right.
And
That's
here's the thing,
right.
here's the thing too, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted though, because the Ku Klux Klan started out actually at the Greek fraternity.
Right. Oh,
Just
that's,
like what you said.
that's a heavy point.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Started out as
the
that.
Ku Klux Klan actually means a circle of brothers. You get what I'm saying? Like Ku Klux Klan actually mean circle of brothers.
Now, what would they put brothers in when they was getting ready to burn them on the cross
Right.
in circles?
Right.
They would be in a circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like picnic comes from pick a nigga.
Right,
You
right,
get what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
Like that's where all this stuff originated at. We don't even understand that. You get what I'm saying? Like when you hear the phrase that it's more than corn in Indiana, that's a subliminal. You get what I'm saying? That's a subliminal. That's telling you that yeah, we used to kill niggas down here in Indiana, and then we cut them out. They say it's more than corn in Indiana. That's like the
They
line.
hang what they hang up.
Right, right.
Right,
It's
right.
more than corn in Indiana. We used to hang niggas in Indiana. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what they really mean. Go ahead, soldier.
You can't say that these oppressors not the devil. I mean,
Right.
you had the mark of the beast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You wanna know why? Because how could you not?
Right.
Damn, here's the thing too.
Well, how could you love Slocky?
No, go ahead, Ward. Finish.
Christianity.
Exactly. Like, how could you sit there and love the people that raped, robbed, and murdered, and sold your children, sold you on auction blocks like you're going to buy a car, and you sit there and try to love these people, like man,
Right.
Like that don't make sense at all.
Listen, that's the power of Christianity. That's the power of white Jesus.
And if I could, they always say, "Oh, well, you can't blame everything on the white man." I blame everything on the white man.
Yeah,
Listen, there's drugs being sold in my community right now. Why do you want me to blame the black drug dealer? Well, my question is this: how did the drugs get here?
Right.
How did the drugs get here?
And another question, if I could,
Go ahead.
and another question is, before the drugs came, how was we living? How was black people
Right.
unified?
Right.
How was Israel unified before the drugs?
Right.
Came? How was the, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanics, and even though they divided us into slavery, they divided us up in slavery.
Right.
Even though all the Hispanic tribes was unified, all the Negro, all the black tribes were unified. You know what I'm saying? Before they put drugs in our neighborhood and put all the drugs and the AIDS and all that shit. What was it like before that?
Right. Listen, that's a heavy point. Like when we asked, like Captain Kaposh is such a beast at this, because when we used to be out and we used to hit the streets and talk to people, he had asked them, what did black people used to wear before then? Remember that, Cap? We used to ask people that. Like what did black people used to wear before then? What did black people used to eat before then? What did black people used to worship before then?
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? And none of them could tell him the answer. And then when he busts out the answer to them, they just be, oh, you know what I'm saying? And of course, also Tarot being a Naptown historian, you know what I'm saying? As well as the Louisville historian, you know what I'm saying? Like the Midwest historian. Let me put it that way. That way everybody get credit. You know what I'm saying? The Midwest historian, when he get to busting it down, then people just really just literally eat their heart out. They just be like, oh. Like they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that the I.S.U.P.K dropped since 1969 is the absolute truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the absolute truth, man. Listen, let me tell you how strong of a brother that Commander GEN.YAHANNA is.
Right.
Let me tell you how strong of a brother that this is, man. That he held on to this truth to bring us all into this.
Right.
Bring this up. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. Had it been up to me, I would have been the only nigga with the knowledge. I'd be like, I don't know what these niggas don't know they is.
Right. Pay me for this.
Right. Yeah, you gotta pay me for this. Right. Christian pastor style, nigga. I'm gonna need something in this donation bucket. Right. I'd have been selling tapes, nigga, like Egypt, like Scientology. I'd have been a booklet like Scientology, nigga. Bringing celebrities into it.
Kanye.
Go ahead,
If I could, it would have been like, get your degree.
Right. You want your associates in Hebrew Israelitism?
You gotta pay for it.
Tuition and all that.
Go ahead, sir.
Damn, with the whole thing with the Klan starting from Indiana,
Right.
It's funny because, I'm from only 2 hours away from here. You know what I'm saying? I never knew that, but I did notice certain things, though. I did notice how when brothers would come up here to Louisville, you know what I'm saying? Because they always look at every nigga from Louisville that's trying to give me a second for you, but they're trying to move dope up here. They always look at every nigga from Louisville that's trying to move dope up
Right here
here.
in that town.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the crossroads, though, also to the interstate. In order to move drugs, I know this from past life. In order to move drugs, this is the crossroads.
Right.
Even when you listen to the white man tell you, he tells you that this is the crossroads to America.
Right.
Wherever you want to go on the interstate, you gotta come through that.
Right. I know.
You gotta come through that.
Dudes.
If you ever watch Salaki, if you ever watched, like, it's a movie with Morgan Freeman, it's like 3-4 movies where it shows you where they so-called, it's you know what I'm saying, the fantasy movies where it shows you, like, if stuff went bad, like they be on the road and they always drive through what city, through what state? Indianapolis, Indiana. They always drive through here.
And if I could, they taught us that in high school. They taught us that in school. They made a point to bring that out in school.
Right.
They taught us that in case start here.
This is the crossroads through all of America. No matter where you want to go. That's why when you really think about it, if you want to travel somewhere, it ain't nothing. The most you got to travel from here to go anywhere is like 10 hours. That ain't nothing. Niggas stay up 15 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, but we'll say something right quick, though. I would notice, though, brothers from Louisville, if they was caught over here, and they did not like us over here.
Right.
They hated our guts.
When I was coming up, we hated you niggas.
Right.
We felt like you niggas was taking our money.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't know no better.
And brothers, the police and everybody was in on, you know what I'm saying? Right. Brothers from Louisville get jammed up with drugs. They will lead the police on a high-speed chase.
Come here.
You know what I'm saying? Now, they was going back, though, to Louisville, because they know if they get caught over here.
No, that's ugly.
You know what I'm saying? They get caught over here. So what brothers do, they lead the police on a 100-mile-an-hour chase.
Right.
Going across the bridge.
So you talk about leaving from here, going back to Louisville.
Yeah.
I thought you talking about leaving from Louisville coming here.
No, they would leave here coming back to Louisville.
That's crazy though, because both of the cities, that's one thing that's crazy. That imaginary line, them niggas respected that.
Yeah. That Mason-Dixon.
Yeah.
Mason-Dixon line.
Right. They respected that.
Yeah.
You don't know niggas up. No, you get them. They press the line. You know what I'm saying?
Well, one of my buddies came over to see a brawl, you know what I'm saying, up to Southern Indiana. Check this out. Just like if I will, real quick. And he was coming across the bridge and everything, and the state trooper pulled him over.
Right.
And he said, there's some big devil come out. You know what I'm saying? Come out the car. It was like, the hell are you doing over here? He said, nothing. He said, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going right back. You know what I'm saying? He went right back, and that devil came out their goddamn car and like, the hell are you doing over here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He came like that. You know what I'm saying? And that brother, he was like, nothing, I'm going right back across.
Right.
And he was like, let him go, give him his ID, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was just
Why
that.
is he in over here? Go ahead, soldier.
See, I'm from Columbia, Georgia. You know, I'm from down south.
Yeah.
Whole different ball game down there. See, under that, we under a consolidated government. I mean, it's all devils all over the place. Though. Consolidated, everybody know what consolidated means.
Right.
You know, Columbia, Georgia was the
Right
last
here.
place.
That's what it means.
Columbia, they make their own rules. That's what it means.
Right.
And Columbia, Georgia was the last place where they were selling slaves at.
Right.
And then that's like a little small town like Evansville, Indiana, Fort Wayne or something. That's the last place where they were selling slaves at. Right there at the courthouse where they still sentenced Negroes to 20 years. They gave my brother 10 years in prison. He about to get out next year. You understand? You know what I'm saying? They were selling slaves from there. You understand?
Right.
Like Columbia, Georgia was the last place where they
that
were
was
selling
Damn,
slaves.
that's powerful.
That was one of the last places.
And when I break ground down there, it's like
No, go ahead.
I would say when I break ground down there, you know what I'm saying? Columbus gonna feel it because there's a lot of Israel down there. There ain't nothing
Go ahead,
but
fuck
Israel
it up
down
for
there.
that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We waiting on you to make that move. Listen, I mean, with the blessings of Captain Kaposh, if I could, whenever you're ready to make that move, you got the full support of us.
If I could, I don't want it to just be Georgia, Southern. I want all y'all to be there with me.
Listen, we gonna be there.
Yeah, like,
We gonna be there. Listen, it ain't nothing but like I said, from that town, everything is a 10-hour ride.
right.
We gonna be there.
Especially this guy right here sitting over there.
Listen,
Brady.
Captain Kaposh, listen, be
You know what I'm
there.
saying?
Everything from that town is a 10-hour ride. That's why this is called the Crossroads of America. That's why this is called the Crossroads. No other place is called that. Google it. It'll tell you.
Oh, I already know.
Yeah, I know you know.
Travel.
Listen, I know you know. If any nigga ever sold drugs and moving it from the East Coast to the West Coast, they drugs came through here. And when I was in the world, if your drugs came through here, I had my little piece of the pie. So lucky.
I know weed came from here. They had that Northern Lights. You know what I'm saying? That stuff was moving big time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Northern, what they call Northern Lights. Y'all, shit, I'm OG.
Listen,
Oh,
listen.
Hey,
You know what I'm talking about?
We had all that.
You know what I'm saying?
We had all that. We had the lights, the 13. We had all of that pushing. You get what I'm saying? Listen, before these niggas was smoking the so-called Kush, we was pushing Dodie, heavy.
Dodie.
So lucky. I don't mean to go. Let me shut up before niggas go. These niggas ain't a true piece of profit. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The Lord called on niggas like us because what? Because we was in the world.
Right, we understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Lord don't want you soft niggas. I almost cussed again. He don't want you soft. Ooh, I almost said the P word. You soft. What's the word I can use besides soft?
Soft.
Sweet booty. Can I use
Yeah.
that? Sweet booty.
Cupcake.
Soft
Yeah.
sweet booty cupcake.
Right, yeah.
Cup.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Fruit cup. He don't want you. He want us. That's who he wants. Every priest and prophet of the Lord was a killer. You understand? He wanted the killers because how else can you relate to a killer unless you send the killer?
Right.
If you can't relate to me, then you ain't been where I've been.
Who they saying in the Matrix?
Right. Right.
Who they saying to deal with Neo?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? They said Morpheus. Everybody
It
thinks
makes sense, right?
everybody think the Matrix was about Neo. If it wasn't for Morpheus, what would Neo have been?
Right.
If it wasn't for a nigga, what would the white boy have been? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He said you gotta free your mind, white boy.
Right.
You gotta trust in me, white boy.
And they related on certain areas.
Right.
So
You know what I'm
who
saying?
relates to the killers in the streets and the drug dealers and stuff like that? Niggas that
Right.
are killers in the streets and drug dealers.
Right.
Where
You know what I'm
Christians
saying?
mess up at, they
Right.
try to act like they never done that.
Right. You know
You
what I'm saying?
They try and act like that.
Apparently, you don't know General Muhammad. You don't know Captain Todd Ward. You don't know Captain Akkad.
One more.
Lucky Cap, if we could we run a little bit over, sir?
Let's close it down. We're gonna do more tapes. We can do something after. One more of us.
So like, it's not 10. Can we get to 9:20, sir?
Yeah, that's fine.
Kind of the water out of one. Go ahead,
So
soldier.
now you don't know Officer ISRAELITES.
Right. So you don't know Officer
So
ISRAELITES.
Christians in that church, they doing everything under the sun. You
Right.
understand? They
Listen.
try to paint a picture like they perfect.
Listen.
But then they the main ones that say, "Oh, no man is perfect."
Listen, the whores is all in the Christian church. If I ever wanted some booty, like if I was living in the world, we on 5th Street. This is whore central. But at the end of the day, if I wanted some booty, I wouldn't even go out here on I'd just go to the Christian church.
Right. And you know what?
I can go to the Christian church. And I can listen, and I'm telling you, I would go to the Christian church in UPK gear, and I could pipe down any woman that I wanted to.
Exactly.
Because they're full of whores. And a
what?
whore don't care about nothing but giving up some box.
It's easier there than it is a strip club. I'm just keeping it real.
Right.
Because I transitioned right from the you know what I'm saying, the strip club
That's a heavy point.
into the Christian church.
That's a heavy point.
I'm like, damn, this is easier. Like, go ahead.
The Christian church is worse than the strip club.
Yes.
That's what Officer Tarot brought out before you got here.
Yeah.
Like he was saying something, and I was like, shit, that goes to Salaki in my language, Salaki. I was like, man, that goes to show you, you know what I'm saying, the spirit on the place. I was like, you know what I'm saying, the strip club was better than, and I was like, the strip club had the spirit of the Most High. He was like, nah, the spirit didn't have the Most High, spirit of the Most High. I'm like, yeah, it did compared to the Christian church. He was like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Any place compared to the Christian church has the spirit of the Most High more than that does. Because when you think about it, all these other wicked places, all these people are what? What is their religion? They're Christians. They are Christians. Every rapper that you see talking about, I'm selling the dope and I'm whipping it up in the kitchen. And they do this right here. They throw up their chain with a big old Caesar Borgia on it.
Right.
Every time. All the strippers. I remember it was a video on Facebook where it was strippers praying, and it was huddled up in a circle. They was huddled up in a circle praying to the Most High. That was the most hilarious. She said, Lord, please don't let my baby daddy
They playing to, what was that? What General Muhammad say, Bacchus?
Right.
That's who they really praying to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But all and all of them. You know what I'm saying? To the God of helping me make money. You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary.
The number one tipper is the Christian pastor. What you think you're doing without him? Listen, where you think them funds that you're giving the Christian pastor is going? They going to these whores. How many more videos got to come out of these Christian pastors sleeping with these whores?
Yeah, they turn these goddamn hoes up.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I'll be looking like, man, what the hell?
Because they pimp.
Go ahead,
right quick. While my train of thought is on this, what they do is they want more whores inside.
Right.
Because they know more whores are gonna attract more men.
Right.
They know that. And those men are the pocket.
You know what
I'm saying? Those
quick.
men are the pocket because they're gonna lust after the women.
Right. If I could, real quick, sir. Like one thing that we was always taught growing up, if you want a woman, just go to church. And listen, it was if you want a woman, not if you want a good woman, not if you want a God-fearing woman, not if you want a woman that's going to obey you, not if you want a woman that's going to be a woman and be submissive. Right. It was if you want a woman, if you just want some booty, basically, go to church. That's what I was taught. Go ahead, soldier.
And like I was saying, like y'all didn't hear about that topic. This is an old topic, but like a Christian pastor that gave every one of his men is down in Montgomery, Alabama. All his he slept with like over 20 women in the church, 20 other members in the church. He gave them all HIV/AIDS.
I remember that. I remember something to that. I can't remember where it was from, but that sounds about right.
Google it. It's there.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Listen.
He had to admit to it.
Listen, that ain't nothing new. Nothing new. Because you got to remember, the Christian pastor, let me ask you something real quick before you ask your question. Let me ask you something. Think about everything when I ask you this question. Who is responsible for the most divorces in the Black Hispanic community?
That Christian church. That Christian
I can't even get the question out for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, that's an automatic. That's an automatic because it's the truth. The people that's responsible for the most divorces, according to the white man's laws in the world, is the Christian church. Go ahead, Social.
If anybody want to, I can want to know, it's a good, solid movie out there. It's probably like good 4 years old. It's called The Under Shepherd. If y'all haven't seen it,
I ain't never seen it.
Listen,
But
The Under Shepherd.
I'll tell you what I have
It
been
lets
watching.
you know how wicked the Christian church is, how he's sleeping with everybody's
Listen.
wives, and he ain't doing nothing but.
Let me tell you something.
And,
There's a show that my rib watches. And I be getting on her head because, you know what I'm saying, nothing to put my business out there. But I had to get on her head the other day because I asked her to print off my resume. And she pulled Illuminati over, you know what I'm saying? And I flipped out. I flipped out so goddamn bad I had to come back and apologize. And I was like, damn, I didn't have to jump on her goddamn head like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this. Bitch, Salaki. Woman, if you can get on Facebook and look up basketball hoes, horse, and hip hop, and all this other filth, when I ask you to pull my resume, I need you to pull my stuff up. And I understand I got a lot of stuff on my resume, but condense that shit down to one page. I don't need no 2-3 page resume. I need a 1-page resume. And you can condense it down. I understand what they're saying that, the white man says the font should be and all that. Screw all that.
They're not reading all that shit. They're not trying to read it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, man. I just told you about the new slavery that I got. We about to get it in. If I'm getting money, we get money. We about to get it in. You know what I'm saying? Naptown about to listen. Look out for Naptown I.S.U.P.K. We about to come up. We about to come up. We about to come up.
That's right.
Nigga got it good now, man. You know what I'm saying? I got it good now, man. That means my soldiers got it good. Because that's what the brotherhood is about. Second in charge amongst the whole goddamn apartment complex. 300-something apartments. I'm second. And my goal is to become number 1. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's what I want to know. But I had to get on my rib because, she can look up basketball hoes, horse and hip hop, slut buckets of Atlanta, all this crap. But when I tell you to condense my resume down, you give me 3 pages. I flipped out like she re-edited my resume. You know what I'm saying? I told Arkansas, man, whenever you into it with your rib, like this, listen, Salakia to the righteous women out there. You get what I'm saying? I just want to make that clear. But once more, what is a shameless woman called again?
A bitch.
A bitch.
Right.
Like to me, that was shameless. You on this computer 24/7, 7 days a week, and when I ask you to do something for me, you don't know how to do it.
Right.
Man, she was every bitch that I could think of. I went from A to Z with the bitches. I started with A and went all the way to Z with the bitches until she got it right. Salaki. You know what I'm saying? I cussed her out so bad I had to apologize. And that's very rare that I do that. I'm like a woman when it comes to apologies. I don't feel like I was wrong. Ain't that what a bitch say? I don't feel like I was wrong.
Yeah, they never feel like they was wrong.
That's how I felt. I didn't feel like I was wrong.
Yeah.
I cussed her out so bad that she was in tears, and then I cussed her out for the tears because I was serious about the resume because I needed this goddamn slavery. You know what I'm saying? I needed it because, goddamn it, I got bills to pay. I got brothers to take care of. I got a nation to build. And I need funds from the devil in order to do that. So, lucky. I do. That's what I need. You get what I'm saying? And I know what I'm worth. I know what my work ethic is. I know what my skill set is. And I need you to put all that on paper so the devil can see it and be like, this nigga's the best. I'm Israel.
Yeah.
And all of Israel is the best.
That's right.
It's that simple.
Right.
All of Israel's the best. I've never met a heathen that can outwork me. I've never met a heathen that's better than me. I've never have and I never will.
Right.
And I mean that to the day that I die and reborn. When I'm reborn, I'm going to come out the Puna and he's saying the same stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm the best. Yeah. DJ Kelly around this thing. And I think he's a goddamn heathen.
Yeah, he is a Catholic. Yeah, he is. He's an Ishmaelite.
Yeah. Goddamn that nigga, but I'm still a slogan. We the best. Israel, we the best.
God,
Period.
he Ishmael?
Yeah, he's an
I
Ishmaelite.
thought he was goddamn.
No,
I thought he was Israel too.
Yeah, what they be doing, like in New York,
They still are. They still.
and not only that, you have the Ishmaelite men that try and sleep with the Puerto Rican sisters and stuff like that.
Trying to sleep with Israel.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought he was Ephraim.
No, he's not. He's not.
Thought he
Evil.
was
As a matter of fact, he come from oil. He's an oil. He's an oil baby.
Right.
Everybody
That makes
music.
You know what I'm saying? He's an oil bastard.
He looked like he one of us.
Right.
Everybody music.
That's the reason why we shouldn't be messing around with heathens.
That's the reason why we
You know
can't
what I'm
also
saying?
go off for looks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because at one time, the Puerto Ricans and Cubans and all of them look like us.
Right.
At one time. But now, since they don't no more, now it's easier for heathens to weave their way in.
Right.
Just like we doing like in California with the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They do the same thing with them.
Right.
The Asians do that same thing with them.
If I could, all that's gonna be revealed in Christ's return.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And
one thing
that I learned when I was in this truth, my brother's spirit tells who they really are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, and this is my right hand. It's a lucky, my brother, because you know that I love you to death. I'll bury you wherever over you. But my nigga Monterey, I remember when I first met that nigga. Remember when he first came to the school?
Right.
I looked at you and it's a lot. I looked at you and Captain Posh. I looked at you when that nigga knocked on the door. I was ready to take him down. I looked at y'all like, and then, he cool. We already checked him out. He good to go. I'm like, God. And then when he came in, he sat down, and I sat directly behind him, ready to take him down at any moment. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to tell you about Monterey. Y'all know who Monterey is.
Nigga,
That's my nigga. That's my nigga. Shout out to Officer Monterey, man. That's a hardcore priest and prophet in this truth, man.
Cumbia Shala!
Cumbia
Shala!
Cumbia Shala! Cumbia Shala! Cumbia Shala! Right, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a hardcore priest and prophet in this truth, man. Right now, he out at a state doing brick, you know what I'm saying? He went out there for some personal reason, and when you go on places for personal reasons, let me tell you something. The Spirit of the Lord is always on you. He went out there for personal reasons and still putting in brick for the Most High. He done took care of all his personal business. Now he taking care of business for the Most High. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a hardcore Christian prophet. No, I think.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we talk about it. Yeah. He started off in Arizona, but he been doing so much goddamn traveling. That should be cap. That should be cap. You know what I'm saying? He been doing so much goddamn traveling, and they don't tell him where he at now. But that's a hardcore Christian prophet and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show you the spirit of the Most High, brother. So it ain't about looks. It's about blood. You get what I'm saying? Right. And that nigga blood, listen, let me tell you something. I feel like if me and that nigga was intermediate family, that would mess us up. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like that nigga. But that's my cousin. I couldn't stand him. Right. Because we all got people in our family like that. And we can't stand. But that brother, man, that's one hardcore priest and prophet, man. That's one hardcore priest and prophet, man. That's my right hand. That's my right hand. And I'm right-handed, so I do everything with this hand. And that's that nigga that whenever I need something done, he does it for me. He does everything. You get what I'm saying? Teaches me every day. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I'm over him, he still teaches me. And that just goes to show you the spirit of the brotherhood. Because he's a millennial. You get what I'm saying? I'm a Generation X. I don't know if y'all remember that. When they used to like Officer Drop, I think you're a boomer, baby boomer.
No, baby boomers was in the 40s.
40s. So yeah. What is your generation?
I don't even know what the hell it's even called. You know what I'm saying? Baby boomers was in the 40s, World War II.
You might be a Generation X like me. He's Generation X. Okay, so he's with me. Yeah, baby boomers, Generation X. I'm Generation X. You're a millennial, nigga. Don't be raising your hand like something else.
90, baby.
That's a millennial. Yeah, 90s.
He's a millennial.
91.
Yeah, you're a millennial, nigga.
94 is millennial.
Right.
I don't know anything.
All you niggas are millennials.
So 94, you're a millennial. After that, it's a Generation Y.
Right.
Z or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
All you niggas are millennials.
Yeah,
And us being Generation Next, we don't vibe with y'all like that. No, I'm just kidding.
I think Mark is after
30s
millennials.
in me.
Yeah, I know he's a Y or whatever.
But I'm 94.
You 94? All right, you right there with it.
Right.
He barely made it. He barely made it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
I
what I'm
remember
saying?
what I was doing at 94.
This Generation Next around here.
Hey, when I was your age, shoot, I was running around like my little daughter.
That's
Right?
what I was saying. 94, I was a party animal.
94.
You know what I'm saying?
I was 3.
94.
Right.
That's when my
I was
hustling
a damn
ambitions
party.
that just kicked in.
Yeah, I was hustling too.
I just seen
you know what I'm saying?
Scarface and I thought I was the next nigga up.
Right.
I was a party hunter.
Right. Yeah.
Hunting down parties. You know what I'm saying?
That used to be the thing back then. You go
I
to
was
the
like
party,
Animal House and John Belushi.
and you
Remember that
go with
movie
your
Animal
whole
House?
squad, right.
Y'all remember Animal
I
House?
remember Animal House.
Y'all remember? Yeah, I was that. You know what I'm saying? In 94.
Kept like, yeah, I heard of it. Only seen two videos of it, but I never watched the other 6. Okay. If I could, let me get that Isaiah 3:12. You know what I'm saying? We got all off subject, man, but this is to the brother that earlier that said, you know what I'm saying, prove it. You know what I'm saying? He wanted us to prove that you're supposed to check a woman before you check a man. We didn't already prove that point. We didn't already prove it. But what we about to do now is we about to keep slapping you over the top of the head so you will never, ever, ever ask this question ever again. Salaki, if I could, who this is just put up in front of the school?
I already got it on camera.
Check them out, soldier.
You gotta tell me
Salaki.
Shut the door.
Tell them they gotta move. Pull up. Salaki, if I could, about to figure out what's going on real quick, and then we gonna get back to it. Understand? Salaki, let me run out there and see what's going on, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Out there too.
Then it had the hawk came through.
What happened?
Yeah, we good.
You just put up in front of UPK like that. Yeah, she trying to put.
Throw the nigga right out.
No.
All right,
They on some worldly shit. And that's what happens when you celebrate the pagan holiday. We about to get into that. We about to get into what just transpired right here in Isaiah 3:12. Let's get it, soldier.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Go ahead.
As for my people, children are their oppressors,
Keep going.
and women rule over them.
What did we just witness?
Women ruling over them.
Women ruling over them. You understand? Let me tell you something. Whenever you don't got your woman in check, crap happens. You get what I'm saying? Crap happens. You pull up in front of a UPK school and you got hardcore priests and prophets ready to bust your head because you looking like a suspect. You know what I'm saying? We don't go for none of that. You can never listen. We serious about this. When you come into the school, you get patted down head to toe. If you make a move, everybody falls on you. It's the end. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
Lucky if I could. We don't attack, but we do defend.
Right.
We do defend. And we're going to defend our brothers. We're going to defend our nations with our life. You understand? Every brother in this I.S.U.P.K is willing to lay down their life for the next brother.
Right.
For the next sister. For the next child. You get what I'm saying? And that's just how we was talking. And listen, there's nothing more righteous than that. That's what the scriptures say. That's what the scriptures say.
Right.
To lay down your life for your brother, that's nothing more righteous than that.
Right.
And that's what we're willing to do. Listen, I don't know if you know this, but that's almost like a thing of ours. We pray to give up the ghosts, all about defending our brothers and our sisters. We pray to give up the ghosts for that. You get what I'm saying? But one thing that we're not going to do, take that scripture from the top.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Go ahead.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Listen, one thing is the children will not oppress us. Children will not oppress
Right.
a black or Hispanic or Native Indian in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
Right.
That will never happen.
Oh.
Go on.
And the women rule over them.
When it comes to our goddamn household, if you want to know why you can't check a man before you check a woman, this is why. Because children will not oppress us and a woman will not rule over us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We're going to check her and put her in place before I say anything to my brothers. If I can't keep my own household in check, what I look like saying anything to anybody, sir?
Right.
Go ahead,
And if I
soldier.
could, that's child support too.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Children being our oppressors. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Our own children
right,
oppressing us. And the woman got all the power in that. She got the power to go take you off
right.
and all that. You know
Like,
what I'm
there's
saying?
another scripture
And
with that too, where it talks about shit, I lost my train of thought. But it talks about basically how it talks about basically how they basically the woman is I don't want to say con artist. What's the word I'm looking for, Cat?
About what?
About the woman in child support, where it talks about how
Extortionist.
extortionist.
Right.
That's the word I'm looking for. Like the Lord will not let a woman into heaven if she's an extortionist. You get what I'm saying? Just because me and your relationship didn't work out, just because I decided to start giving you some UPK ride, doesn't mean that you can put me on child support. Because I'm still taking care of my baby. Now, let me tell you this. Just because I'm not taking care of my baby the way that you see fit for me to take care of my baby.
Right.
Go ahead, sir.
And it's not that you stop giving her the ride. That's not the deal. What it is, she done had another ride.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? She done had somebody else. So by law, you can't go give her the ride.
Right,
Right?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Here's what these sisters be wanting. They be wanting a dude that they can have, on the side, him piping them down, and then still be able to keep you, on the chain, ball and chain.
As they see fit.
Right.
As they see fit. And you know what? It's a meme going around Facebook. I don't know if y'all seen it, but they got Bill. It's a bunch of niggas. They got a bunch of niggas in the background and one nigga in the middle. They got Bill's hair, nails, and a bunch of other stuff, and then they got main nigga in the middle.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Bill,
that?
no, I didn't see it, but I understand the concept.
Right.
Bill's hair, nails, mechanic,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Tuition,
Right. Right.
whatever the case
And then
is.
the main
you know
nigga
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
middle. It's a lot.
all the time.
But that's what it do with the brothers. And once more, that's only what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You get what I'm saying? That's only what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You don't see the white woman saying that. You don't see the Korean woman saying that. You don't see the Chinese woman saying that. You don't see the African woman saying that.
Right.
But we supposed to be African, though, sir. We African
Yeah,
American.
right. You know what I'm saying? We're nowhere near like them.
Right.
They have practices. Let me ask people a question.
Go ahead, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Right quick, warrior. Think about it for a second.
Yeah, right.
The Africans come up here, they set up stores. They have our women in the back rooms, right? Why aren't they allowing their women to sleep with, brothers out there in the streets? They're not allowing that.
Why ain't you never had no African tail? Every soldier in this room ain't never had no African tail.
So true.
You ain't lying.
Even though them
We
African,
the same people,
even though
right?
them African dogs, or whatever you want to call them, doodle-eating dogs,
Right.
whatever you want to call them, they be all on Israel nuts.
Listen,
You understand?
you're
I was out
absolutely
there in
right.
Plainfield, right? This little, like, she smelled. Like, what is that smell? You know what I'm saying? Like, God,
Listen, I'm gonna
damn.
tell you something, man.
I'm thinking you like 50-something, but then you younger than me.
Right. Listen,
Like,
I'm a maintenance technician. I do everything. You know what I'm saying? From whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a certification in HVAC, but I'm a maintenance tech.
Right.
So and here's what a lot of people don't realize: these Africans, like these apartment complexes, is letting a bunch of Africans in. They're letting a bunch of Koreans in, and I'm working in these apartment complexes, and I'm seeing this firsthand. You get what I'm saying? They pushing Judah out. They pushing Judah out, even at places where Judah dominated. Even at places where blacks and Hispanics dominated, they pushing them out. You want something?
Just like where Officer Michael Bob was living at. That's what they're doing over there too. That whole little soccer. Here's the funny thing about it though. When he did what he did when he was an officer of 50, right?
Right.
With the kids, remember that?
I remember that where he picked up the goddamn car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Picked up the car and saved them kids' life.
You allowed to say goddamn.
Cut him.
They made them speed bumps.
He saved them lives, and he made them change how to ride out there.
And they put this soccer field thing up.
You know what I'm saying? The man over Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? The man of steel. You see
what you mean pick up a car?
He picked up a goddamn car. Him and some Israelite brothers. The car was on the kids. That nigga picked it up.
Yeah.
So like
get the kids out from up under there.
He picked it up. You know what I'm saying? They got that car off of them kids. You know what I'm saying? So when they can get out. You know what I'm saying? He picked it up.
No time Christ.
Listen, only Judah can do that.
God,
you get what I'm saying? That goes to show you the power of the Most High Christ.
I gotta admit that soldier.
Listen, you have.
What?
You ain't met up so much about
it.
Listen,
man.
Meet him, man.
He done motivated me already.
Listen, that's the powerful priest of prophet. That's the second in command under Officer Drop. You get what I'm saying? That's the man that Officer Drop brought up. You know what I'm saying?
I damn, man.
They bringing up nothing but strong warriors, nigga. That's why we got to catch up. That's why we got to catch up out here in that town. You know what I'm saying?
Finish my point, though. Here's the funny thing about it, though. Because they built the soccer field place next to that with the with the little
speed bumps.
The soccer field with the fake grass and the little cushiony type of thing. They put a lot of money into this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With the thing like when people be doing gymnastics and stuff like that, how they have a little spring board stuff.
Right.
Like they built all of that over there.
Right.
And here's the funny thing about it. They pushing them out. That's why he had to move. Because of what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Just because of what he did.
It's a problem now.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
You know what I'm saying? Now they're redoing all the apartments and everything and all of that, put the speed bumps there, putting heathens in and all of that. And it's funny because now he got to move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a noble thing that he did. But that's something to be taken into consideration, you know what I'm saying? So we can measure how much we do that would actually benefit heathens.
Right. But the thing
and
is,
benefit us, and we measure it and we counsel on it. Give me a second, Warrior. Counsel on it and see what the damage control and stuff like that will be, which is a great thing that he did. But they took his heroism and tried to use it, you know what I'm saying, against him. Yeah. Right.
And if I could, two things I want to bring out. He didn't have a choice because he's a priest and prophet of the Most High in I.S.U.P.K. And it was Judites that was in trouble. So he didn't have a choice.
Right.
And he gathered Israelites to help him make that powerful thing happen.
Right. So now
that's the first thing. And the second thing is this. And that's like you said, that's the reason why they're pushing him out. Because in that area, in that neighborhood, he's looked at almost like as a I don't know, for lack of better words, is a deity. You get what I'm saying?
Hero.
Yeah, he's a hero.
They pretty much buried his legacy up under the sand with that.
Right, and that's what they trying to do. And that's why they got to force him to relocate.
Shit, here's the thing. That's why we got to hit them motherfuckers hard. That's why we got to hit them hard in their, you know what I'm saying, when they try and do stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to come back as a nation.
Right.
As a nation. Right. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians as a nation. And bomb on them. Bomb on them. And we got to put the pressure on to the point that they see us and they be like, man, I don't want nothing to do with them.
Right.
Go ahead, soldier.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You get kicked out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord sees all that shit. You know,
Shalom.
I get
Now,
too
you
calm.
good.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's worth it. It's
Listen,
worth it.
You absolutely
Straight up,
right.
man.
Listen,
Whatever it takes.
in the eyes of the Most High, it's worth it. But here's the
Damn
thing.
right.
Here's the thing. We know in the eyes of the Most High it's worth it. But now we got to start to manipulate it and flip it so our enemies suffer behind it.
Yes, I like
You said I
that.
care.
We got to flip it
That's
and
the idea
manipulate
I
it
like.
to where our enemies suffer behind it. Go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
that's what I like that. I like that. We let them know, you know what I'm saying, that
Right.
whatever they do to us, we can do something back to them.
Right.
And then they're like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, now they're forced to respect us because respect actually, give me a second, warrior. Respect a lot of the time is a forced action.
Right. Salaki, and if I could,
It's not a negotiable deal.
Right. And if I could, sir, sometimes, well, I ain't gonna say sometimes, most of the time, respect is more valuable than fear.
It really is.
It's more valuable than fear. It's okay, like, listen, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we know that they fear us. We know that they fear us. Everywhere that I go, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I stand 6'4", 300 and something pounds, 360 pounds. And a nigga that lost weight. I used to be 420, 430. You get what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tone it down. I'm trying to get down to about 280. That's a conversation for another day. But I'm about 360 now. You get what I'm saying? I'm working at it. Soldiers know. They see me at the house. We get on the slabs. You know what I'm saying? They see how hard a nigga working. It just don't seem that you be working. But the strength is there. It just ain't showing them a body. Right. But like the fear is there. You get what I'm saying? A heathen play with me. A heathen play with us. A heathen play with any man above me or beneath me. It's gonna be the worst mistake that they made in their life. I mess around turning to Macho Man Randy said, "Oh yeah, brother." Like it's going down. You get what I'm saying? I'm willing to give up the ghost over my brothers. It's not a question. I'm going to give up the ghost over the generals, over the captains, over the officers, over the troopers, over the sisters, over the offspring. I'm going to do that. You get what I'm saying? That's not a question at all. You get what I'm saying? I'm just waiting on the opportunity to prove it. And through the mercy of the Most High, He's like, you don't have to do that yet. You don't have to do that yet. You get what I'm saying? That's through the mercy of the Most High. Through His mercy, because He know I'm not playing about this. This UPK, I'm willing to die behind it, man. I'm willing to die behind it, man. And that's where we have to be at. And that's what you was just touching on earlier. Like you said, we got to weigh the cost. What is the cost of this? What is the cost of everything that we're doing? The cost is this nation. That's the cost behind it. You get what I'm saying? The cost is to make sure that the Most High comes back. Right. That's the cost behind it. You get what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Simple as that. You get what I'm saying? We don't do this because we want to do this. We do this because we have to do this. Because if not us, then who? If Officer Trump ain't doing this, if Captain Kapash ain't doing this, Salaki, and not in that order. Captain Kapash, Officer Trump, if they not doing this brick, then who? You get what I'm saying? Who? Who is willing to take up the mantle? Who is willing to sacrifice everything? Who is willing to turn down the cash? Niggas will sell out for a couple of hundred, sir. It don't even take a lot of money nowadays.
Right, it really don't.
It don't take a lot of money.
You touched on a hell of a point right there. And that's so true what you said. It don't even take much nowadays.
Right, it don't. It don't. It just takes the promise, not the guarantee.
Right.
The promise of everything. Not the
just
guarantee.
A thought sometimes. It ain't got to be a promise.
You might have something coming.
Right.
You might. I don't know. But here's what you have to do.
Man.
And these cats to do it.
That's rough. You know what I'm saying? You know, they always talk about, black men when they get, they get, when as soon as they get successful, they get this and they do that.
Right.
God damn. I've seen things, where sisters, have something on a low level. They're not even successful or none of that.
Not at all. They got the promise of being successful.
Right.
And then first thing they do, they go home and pick an argument with that black man.
Right.
This black man been doing everything perfectly.
Now he's out the house.
Listen, he been Egyptology to the fullest. He been black woman is God.
Right.
He been doing everything perfectly.
Right.
She come home and pick an argument, and before you know it, this nigga's out the house.
Yeah, exactly. She's doing it on purpose because she's looking for something else right there. So she already strategically plans that thing to start that argument. Because if he submits to her, you can look at it.
Right.
If he submits to her, then she like, well, I can do what I want to do, even with him here.
Right.
I can have that other man, even with him being here.
Right. That's
she knows. She done broke him down.
Yeah, broke his
You know what I'm saying? So now he'd be somewhere on the couch while she be in the bedroom with another man.
Right. He'd be in there like it's cool. As a matter of fact, if I could, real quick before we shut it down, that chick that was coming for Captain Tazariak, that disrespectful Egyptology chick, I can't even remember her goddamn name because that's how irrelevant she is. But she was talking all this evil stuff, and at the end of the day, what is she? She's a goddamn whore.
Yeah.
She is selling her box, and her man is sitting there watching her sell her box.
Right.
Can you imagine how weak this dude gotta be?
Right.
Can you imagine how far she has destroyed his spirit?
Yeah.
She has beaten him down into a. If you ever grounded up,
if you
ever grounded up orange juice itself,
that sucks.
Right. If you ever grounded up orange juice, you cut the orange in half, put it on the orange juice filler, and you just squeeze all the juice out. That's how she had done that, brother. She has done that, brother, just like that. That is Egyptology.
And everybody say, it's always these brothers that's, wronging these sisters and all of that. That's not the case.
And then she comes out and admit. And then she comes out and has to admit that she lied on Captain Tazariak.
Yeah.
She lied.
Tell me, it be these
sisters. And everybody was believing her, though. That's the funny part. When no evidence whatsoever, I got the receipts.
I remember that. It be these sisters. While you got a lot of brothers.
I got the receipts.
Brothers wronging these sisters. Right. Brothers doing this and that to these sisters. Man, these sisters is causing way more damage.
Right.
They have the power to say the child is yours when it's not.
Right. And then,
they can't say it's not hers because we shot at her behind.
My brother has a nerve to believe it. We got any more questions, Cap, before we close it out? All right. So, like you said, if you ready, we about to close it out.
I'm ready.
All right. Most High Christ. Listen, I know. Listen. Kind of. I know that y'all like, God damn, every time these niggas get up here together, it's a 3-hour class, 4.5 hours. Listen, that's just what it is in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Go ahead, real quick. So
I got people watching, so you know what I'm saying? Hold them up. I ask you all eyes on UPK. Believe that shit.
We trying to watch his language. But that's how it should be. Because listen, if you ain't on I.S.U.P.K, you ain't nothing. You understand?
That's right.
What is you doing with your life if you ain't serving the Most High?
Nothing.
What is you doing with your life?
Nothing.
You in the way. Get up off the goddamn way.
Hold them up.
Move for the real niggas. Because that's what we doing. So lucky. It's all right, I mean to say. I read them, sir. It's not true. It's not true. No, you got shit. Come on, get him there. I'll see you with that hoodie on and then look.
I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Atazar.
Damn right.
Yeah! Hold them up! Yeah, we that deep in this thing.
Damn right.
Hold them up! You can't enough. Hold it down.
Damn right.
Hold them up.
Let's rock it out, soldier.
We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters.
Right.
When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only.
Right.
They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister.
Right.
There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months,
period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah. 10% of every penny or increase the Lord gives you. Give it to the treasury department or teacher.
That's right.
Free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Passover.
We got the Slakia. We got the Purim, piece of Purim coming up, and then the Passover. What's the date on the piece of Slakia? I'm not sure on that. Do you have it on that? April 19th.
That'll still be after the
Purim
Passover.
will be March 8th. The Purim will be that Saturday, March 7th, and through the Sunday of March 8th, 2020.
Yeah, that's after Passover.
That's the Feast of Purim. That's before the Passover.
That's before.
What?
Oh, okay.
And then we have the Passover.
Yeah, March 8th. Yeah. Gotcha.
Remind Akim and Aquaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Amajum, Wakwan Hakidam.
Lord's Prayer. Let me read the Lord's Prayer. You got it, soldier. Oh, sorry, Chris.
Go to the Lord's Prayer.
Amajum, upon Hakidam.
Lord's Prayer. Abinao. Bashamayim. Kadash. Ayah. Shika. Yahau. Lapka. Zaka. Ayah. Shah. Arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Natan. Nanau. Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalakina, Banasayawan, Abba, Washayana, Ayan, Laka, Kamalakwa, Wala Wala the part, Lamim, Aman, in English.
Father, which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us our debts.
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not to temptation.
Lead us not to temptation.
Deliver us from the evil.
But deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the
And
glory.
the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
So.
So.
Courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Amajum, Shabbat, Amajum, Barak.
Courtesy salute to the sisters. Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh, Azamata, class dismissed.